Fred's Pass for the round 13 clash, and we're all looking forward to it. Southern Districts and the Darwin Buffaloes. This is round 13, as I said. Big game for both clubs. My fellow commentator Tash Medbury, it should be a blockbuster.
Yeah, it should be, and especially with these conditions as well. Wet weather footy, and we know the monsoon's here, and it'll be sweeping with rain throughout the game. The ground's held up pretty well, I must admit. It is a good ground here. That's why it's got that bit of that the hill in the middle. You can see that the rain just trickles out of the middle there. So,
and Tash said there's some big ins, especially for the Buffaloes.
Massive ins. So we've got Mitch Robertson is back, of course, in the double blue, and Reese Matheson. Now, really big inclusions to the Darwin Buffaloes. Going against the Southern Districts Crocs that last week had a really poor game after the Christmas break. That was in a bit of wet weather footy as well, and they're going with the same experiment that they did last week in Wyatt Ryan and Matthew Dennis. So both big ruckmen, and chopping out in the ruck, and one goes forward when the other one's in the ruck. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes this week, because last week I personally didn't think it worked in their favour, and once Matty Dennis went more into the ruck, Crocs won more of the footy.
Okay, and of course the big game, I mentioned big game for both sides. Darwin Buffaloes are sixth. They're now, I think, 2 or 3 games out of the top 5. It's a must-win for them, but also Districts. They were very disappointing last week against St Mary's, and you would expect them to come out firing as well.
Yeah, and especially being at home. So they love playing here, of course, and in front of their home ground. And we had the conclusion of the women's game just before the men's games, and congratulations to Southern Districts. They got a win on the board there, so 6-9-45, defeating the Darwin Buffaloes 5-1-31. So Buffs are currently sitting in 5th, and that's a big win to the Crocodiles ladies.
No, it is, Tash, and congratulations to Coach Peter Lake, who isn't here, unfortunately. His father passed away during the week, so all the best down there to Mr. Lake down in Alice Springs. I can tell you that your girls today were very, very good.
Yeah, they were great, and they really sang that song with pride afterwards in front of their home crowd here.
Well, we're not just going to say before the siren beat me, we're not far away from a start here. I'm just trying to look at who's going to take the ruck for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, I reckon Big Ryan will probably start in there. Matty Dennis seems to be hanging back. Now he's starting to...
So it's a fair idea that Nathan Stewart will start for the Buffaloes in the ruck?
Usually Atkinson does, but it looks like Stewart is going to start in the ruck. I like him in the ruck, but look at the size of Matheson there. Number 8 and Mitch Robinson, both starting in the midfield there, and
both got big shoulders, very fit men.
Nakia Cockatoo, so ex-Lions teammates, of course, the three of them.
And I'm looking for the great Jed Anderson, number 17 for Districts.
Yeah, there he is there, just turning, so he's
playing against his old side. So
a few ex-AFL players in at that middle, but Nakia Cockatoo's not meant to start in the middle, so he's quickly running back to the forward line. So they already nearly got a warning to start the game, but it is Matty Dennis starting in ruck, and that's what I like. And Big Ryan is down in the forward line.
Right, so he's the one expected to take a big grab in these greasy conditions, so that'll be interesting to watch.
And even if he doesn't, he's got the small forwards down their waistcoat as well that's dangerous at ground level. So that's all he needs to do is play his part, get the ball to ground if he can't take them up.
And here's Tash to take us away.
So underway here, Dennis. Stewart got up high, but Dennis used his body really well without the footy. Finally, the first clearance is to Jed Anderson, just kicks it long. Kevin Moroney got a boot to it, just booted it in midair, and it worked for him. Eldridge just picked it up, but fell over under pressure from Anderson. Buffaloes through Clark. Missed his target, but Jared Stokes picks it up. Clark kept running for him. Delivers the ball forward, and again, player slipped over there was Lockie Hill, so Staunton won the footy. Cockatoo gets his kick away, intercepted there by the Buffaloes at half-back. So Eldridge with another touch, which is good. He's got Matheson by himself in the midfield. Not happy that he didn't get the footy. Kicks it to Stafford. Mazzini took the mark. They're looking for the switch here now, the Crocodiles.
And here he comes, right across the ground.
To Rusker. Brendan Rusker. Just a short one, barely the 15, but puts his teammate under pressure. Oh, did well to spin out of the tackle there, Zach Smith. Good running here by Districts. Bolton, that's Jai Bolton. A bit quiet last week, but another ex-AFL player. So Ryan gets it, boots it in. Looking for Brander, couldn't take the mark. He gets the ball now. He had a ripper of a game last week, and he has registered nothing there, and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
Almost worked a treat then. Big Wyatt took the mark, but unfortunately his kick spilt in the forward pocket there. So a promising start to the tall, as you said, Southern District forward line.
So Bradley Stokes, the kick out, looking for Eldridge. Another touch to him, starting the game really well. So goes long down the line, past centre wing. Oh, good mark taken there by Nathan Stewart. Looks inboard, looking for Robbo. Couldn't take the mark there, Robinson, but Jared Stokes hit the ball at pace, picked it up, got it to a teammate. They drive it into the forward 50. Coco Nicky couldn't take the mark. Getting back there is Burgess. Burgess kicks it out to Jed Anderson. Look at the space that he has around him. No one is out there for the Buffaloes. He can run about 50 metres. No one's going to him as well. Then he looks to switch it in, and a beautiful kick. But well done there to the defenders. That was Kevin Moroney once again. And a good tackle, and the umpire says, give it to me. Kevin Moroney, such an underrated player. Grandmas can play tall or short, and always gives everything.
No, he has. He's always a maximum performer. That's a snap for goal by Districts.
And there he is again. Takes the mark, hits the ground running. Kicks it out to space. Probably not his best kick. Rusker fell over, regathers the footy. Not his best kick either. Just skids along the ground. Waiting for it back there is Bradley Stokes. Couldn't hit his target. Under a bit of pressure. They've turned it over. Snap on goal. This time it registers a behind. So the first score on the board here at the 3-minute mark.
One thing about the Darwin Buffaloes defence, they're going to have to be one touch all day. Once they fumble, they're going to be swooped on.
This is crazy. So you're just watching the player. The Buffs players had to jump the fence, try and look for the footy. Even though there's a footy sitting there, you can't use that football. You must use the ball that was kicked.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. Why that rule? Is there any particular reason?
We've seen it happen last night. They had to go, I think Adrian Scott kicked the goal, and he had to actually jump the fence and go look
and get it.
And it was pitch black as well. You couldn't see it. The Buffaloes here. Through Matheson. We'll get it back, Matheson. Oh, I reckon he'll get it back again from Yaron. Goes backwards to Williams. Williams kicks it up to Jared Stokes. It bounces kindly for him. Kicks it into the 50. Looking for Coco Nicky's from behind. Uses his body, but well done there to Zach Smith. Gets it back. Getting back there is Slee to help Mazzini. 2-on-1. Big Ryan's there. Contests it. And Atkinson. So it looks like that's, it's close to the boundary line. It goes over now, but it looks like that's the matchup. So Atkinson is going to play on Ryan. So maybe when he does go into the ruck, Atkinson will go into the ruck with him.
Atkinson will go in with him, yeah. So that means the other big fella will be down forward now, Matty Dennis.
Yep, should be.
Can't see him down there, but he'll be around there somewhere, hovering.
So bound to throw in. Good tap down these conditions. Picked up. So he's trying to get through Swartz. Gets his handball away. Staunton, captain, looks for Cockatoo. Beautiful mark. He turned straight away. Knew where the run was going to come from. And Brander takes the mark directly in front. I reckon he's going to have to kick it from about 45 though.
Yes, that's exactly what they needed. Nice patience there from Nakaya. He looked up, saw Big Brander virtually on his own and in front and took an easy mark. Should convert this, Tash.
Should. Heavy footy already though. So... Oh, he keeps it low.
Smart kick, I think, yeah.
Well done. So Brander, the first goal on the board of the game, goes to the Crocodiles. So 7 points ahead now.
I was talking to the coach, Mr. Rusker, before the game. Tashi was saying they couldn't kick goals against St Mary's, whatever they did last week. They won the possessions. They got more forward entries than St Mary's, but only had one goal at half time, and of course that cost them the match in the end. So
he was one of their better players. Well, I think he ended up kicking 3 goals and probably in their best, but the ball didn't get down to him enough, and when it was in their 50, they just wasted their opportunity.
They wasted it,
yeah. I thought Shannon might have been a little bit frustrated.
So he'll be very happy to get an early one on the board. I say early, we've been going about 6 minutes already.
So Big Dennis is back in the ruck. Stewart, so again, waiting to get the footy. So if that's going to be the case all day, they're going to be very long quarters.
Might be time to grab a young bloke out of the crowd and give him a hot dog and a can of Coke.
Back in the day, that's what you got if you collected the footy.
That's what it might need doing, because it's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah, I did that at Gardens Oval many times. Dennis wins the tap, backs the mensch, got there first. Wait, Coast is in there. So he's got up high. Williams again goes in. That was Baxter Mensch, sorry. Kicked it to space. Running without it there. Buffalo's player gets it back now. That's Nathan Spry. Matheson has it. Miss Spry. Waistcoat is there. Spins out of the tackle. Anderson. Anderson gives it to Johnson. Johnson, usually a good user of the footy, puts it into space. One-on-one contest out there. Swartz went to ground. Needed to keep his feet. Now he jumps up. Has a shot on goal. And has he got enough in these conditions? That's a beautiful goal. Bo Swartz has kicked his first goal and the second for the Crocs. Beautiful shot on goal in these conditions.
Yes, it was. He got hold of the ball and ran back and kicked it over his left shoulder, and knew exactly what he was doing, and floated right over the goal umpire's head, Natasha. So a very good goal there to Bo Swartz, who's having a very good year too with Districts.
Yeah, he is. And he went to ground but knew exactly what he was doing. Slid back up with the footy.
So there's 2 goals on the board already to Districts, a far cry from last week where they struggled to kick goals.
Now, Matheson's getting a lot of the footy for Buffs, but they're real hand passes. So hasn't really had a decent kick yet, which is good because that's what Crocs would want to do. Let him get the possessions, but don't let him, because he's such a good user of the footy with by foot.
No, he's built like a footballer too, isn't he?
Oh, he's massive. Stewart again goes early. Dennis just stays down, so he wins the tap. Johnson taken with the footy. Waistcoat dropped the footy. I thought that should have been dropping the ball. Matty Dennis dropped it as well. Umpire's letting it all go. In there is Taj Stanley for the Crocodiles. Here they go again. Tommy Clark picks it long. Stafford got front position. Nicky Yaron's there, tries to trap the footy. Worked in favour for the Crocs. Clearing kick there by Burgess. Picking it up. Taj Stanley will give it to the big man, Ryan. As he snuck it in for a point, he had more time.
Just going to say that, Natasha, had a lot more time than he thought, the big fella Ryan, and when he did kick, it sliced away to the right. So an ordinary miss, really, for the guy from Central Districts in the SANFL.
So Nicky Yaron comes off for a spell. Been a very, very handy pickup for them this season. He swaps for Jared Stokes. So there's Matheson. They'll be okay with this as well. The Crocs let him take his marks down in the defensive 50.
Is he going to handball again? No, it's going to go short or shortish.
He kicks it up. So looking for Stafford. They try and block Dennis's run, and too easy. Just missed the body there, Stafford. I'll tell you what, if you see Dennis that side, you don't kick it that side. Kick the other side.
Don't kick it anywhere near him. Here's a goal.
Over the back and a goal.
That blonde guy.
So kicked
He's
off
running
the ground
away.
There. And that's Jono Ross. So Jono Ross has kicked his first goal and the third for the Crocodiles.
So they're on top. They're doing all the attacking, Natasha.
They are, and they're getting the ball through the midfield. Like we said, there's just no kicking. There's a lot of hand passes and wet weather footy.
Yeah.
Get the ball on the boot.
The other thing, you've got to play one-touch football, especially that Darwin defence. They're being swamped by Southern Districts players, and they've got to get that one touch away. There's no good fumbling and no good leaving players like Ryan and even Brand to the full forward on their own, because they'll do a lot of damage.
So you're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 23-24 TIO season from Norbuilt Oval here in Darwin. A good game on our hands.
Well, our district has got the jump, haven't they? 20 points up after 10.5 minutes.
They're ranked first in total disposals, going at tied worst at 71%. So, some good stats there. Ranked first for ground ball gets. In these conditions, that's a massive plus. And ranked first for clearances.
And have a look at the Buffaloes, ranked 6th for ground ball gets, so they're a long way behind in that stat.
Umpire tosses it up again. So they put Stafford in against Dennis. They know he's dominating in that ruck. I'm very happy that Shannon Rusk has listened to me and left Dennis in the ruck. So Ryan booted it forward, picked up by Waistcoat, gets it back to a teammate. That was Cockatoo that got the hands away. Another shot on goal and it bounces through. They're on fire here, the Crocodiles. You pick up who that player was.
Yeah, they're running towards him.
Is it Brander? No.
It's not Cockatoo.
No. Might have to pick that up from the scorers. I think it's this fella here when he turns around. Is that Taj Stanley?
That's who it is, Stanley. Number 13.
Or is it 13 or 14? No, 14, Bo Schwartz.
And another one for Schwartz.
Let me get to him.
Having a definite standout season is Bo. It's 4 goals now on the board and the Buffaloes haven't scored, Tash, so it's a bit of a worry. Just looking at the coaching staff down there, there's no histrionics yet, but you'd think they'd want to get it on the board very soon, but they get too far back.
Especially if the rain comes over as well again. And comes a lot heavier than what we've seen today. Kicked off the ground there by Anderson. Here the Buffaloes going forward. Lockie Hill went without it. Shovels it out to Jared Stokes. He needs to get rid of it. That's a throw and the umpire has seen it. There's no advantage there. It's got to come back. Good gang tackle there by the Crocodiles and Jed Anderson. And very rarely do you see Jared Stokes caught holding the footy. Go in the midfield. Rusker goes out wide. Vito just lowers his eyes and absolutely pin past that pass to a player on his chest, and that's Bolton. Jai Bolton, noted goal kicker. Oh, he goes long. Don't tell me he's got... Oh, he just missed it. Oh.
Yes, Bolton, of course, he's won the Sandover medal over there on the waffle test, so he can obviously play football.
Well, he was on Collingwood's list at one stage as well, AFL list.
Right.
Jai Bolton. So we've gone 13 minutes, 4:3:27. Buffalo's yet to score. I reckon they've had about 3 inside 50s, the Buffs.
Yes, they just can't get going.
Jackson Clark pulling players over, not the Atkinson, sorry. Oh, high flyers from the back. Couldn't take the mark. There was Joe Poole, Phoenix Joe Poole. Geez, that's a name and a half.
Sounds like an American name.
Yeah, Phoenix Joe Poole. Pooley.
The guy lining up looks like Big Brander, is it, over there in the forward pocket?
Yeah, Brander.
Took an easy, uncontested mark there. Nice left foot kick forward. Was that Jed Anderson got the ball down to him?
He's got a 100-metre run up here, Brander.
Yes, they're all fast bowlers out at Southern Districts.
Already kicked one. Tight angle. Wet footy, but he keeps it low once again. He's absolutely stabbed it and kicked it. He's got his second of the game. Southern Districts have their 5th.
And the worry, as I said earlier, Tash, is that the Buffaloes haven't scored, which is a worry, especially when we've been going nearly 15 minutes in this first quarter.
So you can just see the Buffaloes defence gathering there. Talk, working very well. So Matty Dennis has gone forward now. Ryan is in the ruck, but Stewart is going to stay in the ruck against Ryan. We've got Mitch Robertson's just come off. I don't think we've called him for a stat as yet.
Don't think he touched the ball yet, no. So some worrying times for the double blue jumpers. In the game they must win, as I said earlier, Tash, to keep their finals hopes alive.
Yeah.
Although they're going through a losing sequence. I think they lost the last 3, haven't they?
Stewart wins that tap against Ryan, then wrapped straight up. Umpire says, give it to me. Only 15 minutes in the first quarter. Ryan just busts his way through, gets it down. Matheson sharked the footy. Tommy Clark's underneath it. Mazzini gets a hand in there. Tommy Clark was held without the footy. Umpire didn't see. Mazzini gets a handball out. Rusker. Geez, he started this game very well as well. Went to go on his right, then went on his left. And Bowden has dropped it. And then Aiken, that's holding the footy. He took on Poole, I think that is out there.
Yes, bit of a brain fade there from young Bowden, I think.
Kicks it in. No mark taken or heavy tackle on Johnson. Anderson's back there, but Jared Stokes, courageous against the big ruckman, slid in to take that mark, then tries to play on. Rusker did well on the mark, just put pressure on him. And the ball over the back, Mazzini. Mazzini and Zach Smith look very much alike from behind. Mistaken them a couple of times today.
So 5-3-33 to no score. Tasha, you wouldn't have picked that at the start of this game.
And here comes the rain. So this is why the Buffaloes cannot let Southern Districts get any more goals in at this quarter at least. You can see the match manager over there trying to fix the scoreboard here at the ground so no one knows what the score is. Kick forward there by the Buffaloes. Good punch there by Cotter. Oh, kicking in danger. Well done to the umpire. Just put a bit of pressure on himself there, Dylan Barry, but a beautiful kick. Not quite sure why he didn't take his mark there. Took the mark. Outnumbered here. The Buffaloes have the numbers around the footy. Trickles out now. Good tackle. Dump tackle there, and the umpire has called it.
Yes, they just can't get their game going, the Buffaloes. They're not running in numbers. It's an individual effort, which isn't working against a fired-up Southern Districts.
Called to play on. Kicked long by Burgess. Or Bolton, sorry, that was. So out on the far side of the ground. Ball goes over. Stoppage, 17-minute mark. 33 plays nothing. The Crocodile Ladies got a win earlier on before this game against the Buffettes.
Yeah, so it hasn't been a great day for the Buffaloes so far. They'll be hoping it improves from about right now, I think, Tash. They'll need a goal about right now.
Play Shadford has just come off. Right. Went to ground. Umpire said play on. Mark taken. The umpire said, yep, that was okay. So Bolton kicks it into the forward line. Just missed Brander. Brander couldn't keep it in. And out of bounds for a boundary throw in the left forward pocket here for the Crocodiles. Dangerous position here, Gray.
Yes, they've got some tools down there, as you said, to get the ball to the ground. They've got a lot of goal sneaks like Swartz hanging around to try and kick a few. He's kicked 2 already, Bo.
They set.
What about Big Brander? He's got a couple too, hasn't he?
Brander's got 2, yep. So Brander's got 2, Swartz has got 2, and Jono Ross has the other. So Atkinson's coming off. I think it might be the blood rule because they're waiting.
Antonio James, my favourite Buffalo player, is coming on.
Matheson's coming off as well. Robinson's getting ready to come on for him. There definitely was a blood rule, I believe, because James has gone on. They're holding up play. There's a bit of confusion happening here.
Oh, what's happening down there? There should be a throw-in, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it is a throw-in, but they're just waiting. So there was a blood rule, so they need to wait for the player to get there. So there's 2 blood rules maybe. Because they don't need to wait for Robbo if it's just an interchange.
No, that's exactly right.
Blood rule, yes, but James already went on for Atkinson.
Looks like we're right to get going eventually.
Watching Brander's going to go in the ruck against Stewart with the tap out. Look at the numbers here. The Crocodiles. Yeah. Ross got it to a teammate. Back to Ruska. Really impressed with his game.
On his own, the big fellow here, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan.
Left alone, Tash, very dangerous.
Long way from home. That's come off the side of his boot. Fortunately for the Crocodiles, it stayed within the boundary, so it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
It's like most big men, not renowned for their kicking, although Matthew Dennis is probably the exception.
Oh, he's an exception for everything. He's one of my favourite players.
But no, that's twice he's mucked his kicking up a bit, Big Ryan, so you're looking to improve on that.
Nearly into time on, so hitting the 20-minute mark. Be a little bit of time on as well with 5 goals so far kicked in this game. Umpire says, give it to me. Now, there is 4 players past halfway, so they've all pushed up. Buffaloes forwards have gone all the way up. The holding there. Slung to the ground. Umpire said that's okay. They dive on it again. It comes out. Number
stacks on the middle over there, isn't it?
Look at the amount of players around the footy. So Buffs are just hoping not to let Crocodiles get another goal here. Great.
What have we been going, Tash? It's nearly 21 minutes.
It's gone into time on now. And again, they'll be happy with stoppage as the balls come out. Match gets it over. Handball from Stewart. Kick forward. Oh, well done to Poole. Playing in front. Handball to Rich Robinson running. That should have been caught from behind. The umpire said he managed to get a boot to it. And that's either out of bounds on the full or No,
It's a throw in.
Yeah, they were pleading that it hit his boot. They tucked it back into his boot, but the umpire's not having anything of it.
It's incidents like that make you realise what a big wide ground this one is out at Norbuilt. The wings are very wide
they
indeed.
are very wide. Ryan pushed into it by Stewart. Coming up with the footy. Driving on it was Williams. Comes out. Oh, Jared Stokes went without it. Williams then goes without it. Had to track back for the footy. Jed Anderson was taken high. Advantage is paid. A little bit late, but Zach Smith had it. Is it to a teammate in Burgess? So Burgess has it. Goes down the line. And why wouldn't you? Geez, is that a free kick? Chopping in the arms, yeah. So free kick going the way of Ryan.
He's a big unit though, isn't he? No, he's handball to a teammate.
Yeah, hand pass to Swartz, I think that was. Looking for Brander. Well done, Kevin Moroney. Got a fist in there. That's what I mean about Kevin Moroney. Mr. Reliable down back. So Stewart's come off for a spell. Stafford's coming on now for the Buffaloes, and it looks like... Where's he going? I reckon he's going to go...
Straight to the ruck, I'd say,
yeah.
yeah.
Which I like that move. I think with Stafford, if the ball's not getting down to the forward line, put him in the ruck.
Yes, he's a player that you have to get involved.
Get him around the footy.
If you don't get him involved, he gets stale and cold. And
geez, they waited a long time to throw that ball in. Brander taps it down. Jed Anderson, he ducked into that. Well called by the umpire. Nicky Yaron with the tackle. And, yep, free kick going the way of Baxter Mensch.
yeah, you're right, Tash. That's twice they've taken quite a bit of time over that far side to throw the ball back in.
If the ruck's not set, throw it in.
Yeah.
It's up to the players to work that out. Mitch Robinson, Mungle-looking kick, chopped off here by Bowden. Tracking the footy, Poole couldn't pick it up. Thought he was held without the footy. So free kick going the way of Poole.
And here's a chance, surely.
And that was Brooking, sorry, that gave away the free kick for Crocs. Eldridge. Long. Stokes get the handball back to Mensch. Here's Nicky Yaron. They need a goal desperately. And out of bounds.
I think it's out on the full, yep. Yes, they were harassed all through that forward thrust by the district's defence. And there it is. There it is. It's quarter time here at Fred's Pass, where Southern Districts have got the jump. They're 5-3-33. Darwin Buffaloes have yet to score, and that's the end of the first quarter at Norbuilt Oval. We'll be back very soon.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the MC Guernsey, get in their face.
Here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it was a little bit different, but you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
And we're back here at Fred's Pass for the second quarter of the round 13 clash between Southern Districts and the Darwin Buffaloes. The teams now are slowly walking into position. Natasha Medbury, my fellow commentator, it was Southern Districts who did all the running in that first quarter.
Yeah, they started with a bang and maintained it across the first quarter. The rain did come down for a couple of minutes again, so it's going to be continuous wet weather footy here. And 2 goals were kicked by Bo Schwartz and Jared Brander, and 1 by Jono Ross in that first quarter.
Yes, the Buffaloes could not even get it behind, so they'll be looking for a much improved effort this quarter, and to do that they're going to have to move the ball a lot faster.
And again, you look at that midfield, you've got Matheson, Robinson and Baxter. Baxter Mensch is absolutely a ball magnet. Then you've got Nakai Cockatoo in there.
And of course you've got the best ruckman in the league, Matty Dennis.
Yeah, Matty Dennis wins the tap, but sharked by Matheson. Gives it to Mensch. Mensch to Robinson. That's better from the Buffaloes. They get the first clearance, start the second quarter. Punched away. Jared Stokes looks like he's playing down forward. Dangerous forward he is as well, but cleaned up here by Districts. Again, just running freely through that half back. Jono Ross gets young Grant to Grant. And the ball trickles over. Be happy with that, Grant. So boundary throw in.
Just looking when they went forward than the Buffaloes too, Tash, there was no players leading up. It was just a matter of kicking it long and hoping someone to get hold of it. So they've got to get a system going somehow.
So I think that's Chrissy Williams that's playing full forward down there for the Buffaloes. Right?
Right, yeah.
So bound to throw on. Looked like a little boot in there by Hill on the ground. The umpire let it go. Son seems to be the go-to player, and why not? Trying to get the footy to him. Pulls in there as well, laying the tackle. Dennis just boots it into the hot spot in the corridor. How does it bounce? Kindly for John O'Ross, takes possession. Grant puts a pressure on him. Cockatoo, handball. Staunton has it, another handball to Ryan. Ryan can have a shot on goal. How's his kicking boots now? And he's kicked it. So Ryan has his first, and the Crocodiles start the second quarter on fire. And they've kicked their 6th of the game, so 6-3-39. Buffalo's yet to score.
Big Wyatt Ryan probably can put his fingers in the air because some poor finishing in that first quarter with the boot, but he certainly started the second quarter on the right manner with a lovely snap.
He's a giant
but
there, isn't he?
Some terrific lead-up play there too. You know, the handball to players in a running position ended up with Wyatt, who kicked an easy goal, really. And that's their 6th, Tash. They're 6-3-39 to nothing. 2 minutes into the second quarter, so will the Buffaloes get going?
Yeah, we're close to the bench here, and interesting to see Daniel Stafford starting the second quarter on the bench.
That's right, yes, a very interesting one.
It looks like they've gone short up forward.
Didn't seem to be any histrionics on the bench either. There's no arms waving, or so there's no panic.
No panic as yet, so handball shoveled out there by the Crocodiles, trying to be picked up here by Dylan Barry. Barry. Not aware there, the Buffaloes player, who was always going to come back on his left boot. Oh, lovely juggling mark there by Kevin Moroney. Oh, he's saved so many goals already today.
Yes, he's
punched away there by Big Bolton. Grant couldn't pick it up.
Playing his heart out again, is young Moroney. He's gives 110% every week.
Crunched in that tackle, so free kick going the way of Staunton.
Here they come again, Tash, the Districts boys.
They're waiting for the lead. John O'Ross leads for him now. That's where he's going to go. Too easy there. Matheson got there late. And John O'Ross takes the mark.
And a beautiful pass there by Schwartz too. He kept it low.
Especially in these conditions, hard to, you know, on the chest. But if he would have bombed it in long, he's got the tall forwards down there. But it would have worked in favour of the Buffaloes. So, yeah, good option there. John O'Ross has kicked one in the first quarter.
Yes, a sharpshooter. Jonathan Ross with the standard drop punt, Tash.
Oh, I think he sprayed that one, and he has.
Yes, you give them a rap and those things happen, but...
Commentator's curse. Right? Commentator's
curse.
So, Lee Stokes gets it to Robinson. So Mitch. Not much movement. Gives it back to Bradley Stokes now. He can chip it over the top. Well done, John O'Ross. He keeps possession. Keeps it in. Oh, no. Oh. Had a shot on goal, but the umpire said the ball was out. It's got to come back. Probably works in favour, actually, because the boundary throwing right behind. But I tell you what, that looked good off the boot. We were tracking it right behind it.
There was a certain player played at Collingwood called Dacos. He used to kick those goals.
And now his son does.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my team, the mighty Collingwood Magpies.
Yes.
Number of players in there. Swartz was taken without the footy. Nakai Cockatoo sees it over. Geez, he's a big unit, isn't he, up close? Nakai Cockatoo.
Terrific player. He was caught dogged by injury in his AFL days with Geelong and Brisbane, but he's come home to play for his beloved Crocodiles, which is terrific for the NTFL.
Yeah, he started as a junior on this ground, that's for sure. Good shepherd there by Mensch. Robertson gets the kick away. Oh, pull up high. Contested against Big Dennis. Comes down front and centre. Nicky Aaron taken in the tackle off the side of the boot here by Stewart. Couldn't take the mark. Back there was Burgess for the Crocs. Coming over to help him is Smith. Smith, good tackle applied. Close to the boundary line. Oh, he gets it back. They keep it in. Well done. And here's Cockatoo all by himself.
They're using the ball very, very well, Districts.
Oh, goes into the midfield.
Always seems to be players upfield.
Burgess kept running. Brander against Moroney. Oh, I thought Moroney should have got a free kick then, was held on to. Ball trickles out. Trying to kick it forward. Oh, Big Ryan got down nice and low. Gives it off to his fellow ruckman. Tackled from behind by Yaron. Good tackle by Yaron not to get in his back and absolutely got his head ripped off Jackson Clark has given away the free kick to Jono Ross, so he gets another attempt at goal here, Gray.
Yes, we're going to get a close-up look at Jonathan Ross's drop punts. Missed one from firstly right in front just about a minute or two ago, so he'd be keen to reverse that result. Taking his time too, Tash.
It's not raining at the moment either. They're making a number of changes, the Buffaloes on the bench.
In comes Jonathan Ross, and this time he has
nailed it.
Kicked it.
Second. So the second of this quarter for the Crocodiles, they extend their lead 7-4-46. Still Buffaloes yet to score.
Gee, I might be pulling a long bow here, Tash, but 2001 was the last time that Tide failed to score in the Premier League, and that was Wanderers against Southern Districts out here.
Oh, wow.
When Dusty Miller was coaching Wanderers against Mark Botlop's Crocodiles. That's a long time ago, 22 years. Surely the Buffaloes can get something on the board.
Match manager is still trying to get the electronic scoreboard going, so they've managed, I think, to convince the Premier League, the reserves for Crocs over there, so they're doing the old manual scoreboard.
Okay. 7 goals, 4-0. Tash been going 7 minutes in the second quarter.
Stewart jumped too early again. Dennis just took it without even jumping. Here's Mensch out wide to Robinson. Takes an uncontested mark against Anderson.
Seems to be slowly working his way into the game. Mitch, after a very quiet first quarter.
Matheson wheels around, drives it into the 50, looking for Stafford. Numbers there for the Crocodiles. Handball comes out. Handball goes back. Spry, I think that is, just pops it up to the top of the square. Leap from behind by Coco Nicky. Picked up by Smith for the Crocodiles. Rusker went without it. Oh, a little bit of a high tackle. The umpire said play on. Rusker's got it now. Looks inboard. His kick was smothered. Goes back in for a second effort. Coco Nicky's got it. He's dispossessed. The umpire's blowing the whistle, and the free kick is going the way of the Buffaloes for a hold, I think that was. So Nicky.
Yeah, someone went high there on Nicky, and he can have a shot, can he? He'd be what, right on the 50?
I think he's going to have to pass it off and take a pretty good shot with a wet weather footy. Puts it out to Stafford. Stafford couldn't take the mark. Where was his front and centre Crummers? There was none there for the Buffaloes.
I was just going to say that. Where were the Crummers?
Kicked off the left by Baxter Mensch and through for a behind, I think.
No, they're not quite on the board.
They still haven't scored. So quick play on here by the Crocodiles. Barry, I think that was. Kicks it out wide. Looking for Ryan. Dylan Barry's out there to help him as well, trying to pick up the footy. Now he's taken without the footy. Robinson's there. And Nathan Stewart. Umpire says, give it to me. Ball it up on the far centre wing.
Right now, Districts look like a team on the way to the finals. Playing very good football. They're playing for each other.
Waistcoat
and
takes
here they come again.
Doesn't break stride, delivers it into Brander. Well done, Moroney again. He goes, pops up his own footy, but a good tackle by Waistcoat. They've got the numbers here, the Crocs once again. Swartz taken to ground, playing for the free kick there. Good work by the umpire, not having anything of it. Matheson out on the far wing by himself. So the Crocs really needed to make a statement after a poor game last week. One-on-one, Stafford against Mazzini, and Mazzini will be happy to see that go over the boundary line. So an opportunity here deep in the left forward pocket here for the Buffaloes to try and get their first score on the board. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season from Norbuilt Oval here in Darwin.
Yeah, so a very ordinary last week, Districts, and they're obviously, as you said, keen to reverse that result. And they've done everything right so far, including restricting the Darwin Buffaloes to zilch. They haven't scored.
Yeah, they're ranked first for hitouts, the Crocs, and also ranked first for inside 50s.
And they would have increased that stat against St Mary's. Talking to the coach before this game, he was saying that they won every stat and yet could not kick goals last week.
So Buffaloes kick it out of bounds on the full, so the free kick going to Burgess. How long have we gone? 10.5 minutes in the second. Bowden needed to go for it. Well done, Robinson, to just get in there, spoil the footy. Turnover, Robinson's calling for it back, doesn't get it back. Here's Jared Stokes, his kick was smothered. And over the boundary line for another boundary throw in the left pocket there.
While they're doing most things right, Districts, they're also every time the Buffaloes get the ball there, they're being grabbed and harassed. So
yeah, just the pressure.
It is going to be a long way back, especially giving a team like Districts a 46-point start.
The Buffaloes ranked 9th for 1%ers. Boundary throw in. Well done, Matty Dennis. Just slapped it forward. Miss Robinson goes back on his left. Puts it forward here, and it's in the dangerous position here for the Buffaloes. Hopefully they can try and rack up a goal here.
Something. Yep, here's a go.
Oh, no. Taken without the footy. The umpires found a free kick, but the first free kick was going to Waistcoat. It's gone down there to help his defenders. Good work rate.
Waistcoat, the boy from Spitfires in the Barclay League, Tash.
That was Smith that got it, all under pressure.
Here's a go.
Taken without the footy was Anderson, and they have a shot on goal and register their first score of the game at the 11, nearly the 12-minute mark.
It was Coco Nicky. Could easily have kicked a goal too. Probably rushed it a bit, but at least they're on the board.
They come out this near side. So Shadforth couldn't take the mark against big Dennis. Running play up, poor kick, but well done by Schwartz. Picked it up, one grab footy in these conditions is what Ray was talking about, but a poor kick. Chrissy Williams chops it off. He's got players by himself in midfield, yes. But he goes long, close to the wing. Big Stafford.
In his first season back after a couple of years at Palmerston, Tash, young Chris Williams.
Yeah, Stafford looks to go in the corridor looking for Jared Stokes. He drops a footy. That's caught holding the footy once again. That's the second time in this game. Very rarely do you see it. Just that's how much pressure is applied to Buffaloes when they have the footy.
Exactly. Every time they get hold of the ball, they've got at least one opponent to beat, sometimes two or three.
Johnson lowers his eyes. Antonio James went too early. Stanley gets it out to teammate, and it hits Brander.
His big Brander, he'd be right on the 50 now, would he?
And not much that Kevin Moroney could do about that. Would be a bit frustrated with his midfield, just not putting enough pressure in that midfield.
It'd be a heavy ball too, wouldn't it, but by now?
Oh, he's a big fella, Brander.
Jared Brander, can he thump it long though? He should be up. No, he's gone short.
Oh, and Bolton by himself. So Matheson slowly moves to the mark. He will be,
yes,
won't be happy with that with all his experience.
You know what? He was caught ball watching. Very dangerous thing when you're a backman. Caught ball watching, and you're right. Bolton just strolled into a bit of space, and the ball hit him on the chest.
You can see Cammy Stokes here in front of us. Ray still cool and calm.
Still no panic, is there?
Oh, and loose checking by Jono Ross on the goal line. And Jackson Clark has saved a goal there. Well done, Jackson Clark, for being there.
Oh, he almost gave one away.
Lets me down and doesn't hit his target. Oh.
Deary, deary me. But
you would have expected Bolton to make that distance. But I'll tell you what, last week he didn't have his kicking boots on either for goal, Joe Bolton. So dangerous position here for the Buffaloes defence. We've gone nearly 14
Someone
and a
pushed
half
over
minutes.
there. That's an ordinary throw in. They're going to have that again, surely.
Yeah, that slipped out of their hands.
Just looking at the ruck setup here, we've got Big Dennis on the ball, and we've got players around him like Cockatoo, and the guy behind him is young Rusker, is it?
Yeah, that's Rusker. So Dennis against Atkinson.
He's got it, Rusker.
Gets it. Rusker gets the hands out to Schwartz. Schwartz back in the corridor. Nakai gets it off to Bolton. Bolton this time kicks the goal. Well done to the Crocodiles. Beautiful work in these conditions by hand and then by foot.
Yes.
Bolton kicks the goal, but Nakai Cockatoo was absolutely going to get crunched then, but maintained the handball. It was a bit like Dacos in the grand final. It was actually in midair.
That's right.
And got tackled, but still got the ball away.
Did very well. But we all know that young Nakai is a player of great skill, and he showed us then with as you said, with a mid-air handball, you could call it, couldn't you?
Yeah, mid-air.
And of course Bolton said thank you very much and hooked on goal. That's his first. He's had a few shots. Bolton, he'd be glad to kick his first.
So 3 goals kicked in this quarter by the Crocodiles. Buffalo's got their point. They're so behind a couple of minutes ago in this quarter. They're just clever play. News getting tackled, kept his arms up to still.
Yeah. And he's going to chop out for young Big Ryan, who's going to take over the ruck duties for a while.
Against Stewart. Jared Stokes, they try to tap it over to Matheson. Matheson gets there now, but under pressure again. Cockatoo's there.
Oh, spun out beautifully.
Oh, he managed to get boot to ball, so the crowd you can hear go off, but he did get boot to ball. Matheson drops it. Good tackle applied there. Still doesn't get rid of the footy. Yeah, good call by the umpire, that one. So, Stewart.
He's given the Buffaloes a free kick here. Stewart for the tackle, I think.
So no one standing the mark, so he goes long. I think pulls down there. The mark taken by Bowden. Bowden keeps it in. Now he takes it over for a rush behind. So their second point on the board through a rush behind. 50 points the difference here at Norbuilt Oval. Oh, look at the kick out.
Long one, and
Hits
here
a
they
player
come.
on the chest, Cotia, I think that was. Gets it to Stanley. Stanley dispossessed. So turnover. There's Cotter. And trickles over the boundary line. Boundary throw in deep the left forward pocket.
You're off the coach's bench. There's no panic. They're just going through the team positions now on the big whiteboard.
Yeah, Robinson's on the bench there. I think with these conditions not being hot, you probably need your best players out there on the field, even if you rest him forward.
For as long as you can get them out there, that's right.
So boundary throw in, again, waiting a long time for that boundary throw in.
Yes, I'm not quite sure what's going on over there. Whether it,
Dispossessed, here
here's
they
a go.
Tommy Clark, usually a no goal kicker. As he snuck that in? No, not enough bend on it. And across the face, through for another minor score. So, a lot better.
At least they've got the ball up the right end of the ground, Tash, but once again, system. There seems to be no players leading up. They're just kicking it long, and it's not working against a very close checking District's defence.
Bowden run his full measure with the kick out, then hit Ryan with a beautiful kick on the far wing. Already they've moved it past centre wing. Swartz is all by himself in the corridor. It's a poor kick, but bounces to him nicely. Kicks it up, Brander at the back. Uncontested mark. And the mismatch up back there against James. And Big Brander will have an opportunity to kick his third.
What I meant about Districts, they create options. They create forward options, and we had Swartz on his own. You had Brander behind the pack on his own out the back, and he'll shoot for his third, will he?
Yep, kick 2 in the first quarter.
Big lump of a lad, isn't he?
So a bit of a breeze he's kicking into, and he's gone across the face.
Well, they did everything right except kick a goal, but
you can see the trees. They get up a bit high. The trees are swirling out there, so a bit of breeze on that far side of the ground there.
one thing we haven't had any serious rain yet, so hopefully that'll hold off.
The rain gods, not just to hold off for this game.
Yeah, we're told them to wait till about 6:15, and then it can rain.
So Moroney, long, right in front of our commentary box. Atkinson gets there, got a hand to it. Dylan Barry's kick was smothered. Ball comes out the back. Bolton looking for Big Brander. Takes a chest mark against Moroney.
Yes, he was swamped then, was Kevin Moroney.
On, and he drills it low and gets it through the big sticks. He's kicked his third.
But once again, fast transfer of the football, Tash.
Yep.
They got that down there quickly with Big Brander in the van.
I've seen other games where the umpire has brought that back because he wasn't
Yeah?
on the mark. Yeah,
Okay.
the goal kicker. So I think that's what the Buffaloes were complaining there. So Big Brander's kicked his third.
Yeah, well, that's right. He probably played on forward of the mark, did he? And which you're not supposed to do, obviously.
Probably a bit of a line call there, but yeah.
That's his
Goal
third,
anyway.
though, and that's their 9th goal. 9-5-59 to 3 behind 3 points. Been going nearly 20 minutes in the second quarter of this round 13 game at Norbuilt Oval, being brought to you by the AFLNT.
Yeah, so 4 goals kicked in this quarter. We went about 22 minutes, 23 minutes in the first quarter.
How many goals this quarter? Kicked
Yeah, 4.
4, right?
Yeah, 4 goals. We take it out of the midfield. There's Cockatoo. Drives it long. Good body work by Grant. Got a fist to it. Staunton gives it to teammate on the left. Brander picks it up, then shovels it to another teammate. Handball. That was Booker.
clever.
Brander's got it back and keeps it low once again, and it hits the post halfway up. Because he's really stabbing those kicks and keeping them nice and low, isn't he?
Unusual. He's sort of stabbing with the boot. Who was the player who tapped it over to him? A very clever tap over there on the far side. We've missed him now, but
I think it might have been Barry or Swartz.
Very clever, but they're doing most things right.
Bradley
Districts.
Stokes with the kick out. Jed Anderson intercepts it, but under pressure will be happy to hold this in. No real attempt to get it out. The umpire's going to ball it up right at the top of the 50.
Yes, well, the Darwin Buffalo staring here at a 4th successive defeat, Tash, after that brilliant start to the season.
So Dennis and holding there. So Matty Dennis, he'll look to pass it off quickly, does to big Brander. Brander hits him on the chest. Eldridge couldn't get a fist in there to try and help out Maroney. And Brander can have a shot at his 4th goal.
If Matthew Dennis is not the best player in the league, then I reckon there's only one other player up there with him, the guy called Lent, who's the reigning Nichols medalist from St Mary's, but he is a terrific footballer, Matthew Dennis.
I'm with you. And if he was able to play for Southern Districts every single game, it definitely could win the Nichols.
Oh.
I think, yeah, but he's kicked that, so he's kicked his 4th Brander. They've kicked their 10th. 10 at 6:66. Buffalo's stuck on 3 behind. We've gone nearly 22 minutes in the second.
So they've doubled their score from quarter time, and we're still waiting for the Buffaloes to kick their first. So unfortunately, it's turned into a bit of a one-way traffic, as they say.
Yeah, Matty Dennis, I mean, he deserves a Nichols medal, but, you know, playing for Magpies as he did, missed a few games and nearly won it. I think he comes second.
Second last season, yeah, behind Bland, of course.
Yeah, and he finished second for the Magpies when he only played, I think it was 5 or 6 games, but he got 3 votes each game. And
that's right, he did. He got the maximum votes, yeah. He's a terrific player. He's so dominant. When he gets going, you just can't stop him.
Yeah, massive loss to the Palmerston Magpies, but absolutely loving his time here at the Crocs when I have a chat to him. But like I said, definitely one
there
of my
he goes again
players.
with the backhanded palm. And away they come again.
Waistcoat. So back cement off the side of his boot. And it's going to fall, fortunately, into the arms of Spry.
Now, just looking for some movement from the Buffalo forward line. They're all going back. Here's a quick lead, but he's too close to him.
Well, Spry looks like he's going to have a crack here.
He's going to have a long ping, yep. He'd be on right on the 50, wouldn't he?
To get the distance, he's going to have to kick it quite high, and you can see the trees in the background here swirling around, so there's a bit of a swirly breeze out there. Probably needs to aim for the closest goal post there and let the breeze bring it around.
This is Nathan Spry, is it?
Yep.
He's put it up in the air.
And no one's touched it, and he's kicked it. So well done to the young fella. He's kicked the first goal of the game for the Darwin Buffaloes late in the second quarter in the red zone. So 23.5 minutes in the second quarter is the first goal for the Buffaloes. Well done to young Spry.
Nathan Spry,
yeah, the rain looks like it's coming down. So Michael Spry is
he's timed it well.
Is his dad, Michael Spry. Susie Sutton.
Yeah, a former district player.
Yep, Susie Sutton, which is she was a premiership player at Magpies with me as well.
Okay. Yes, Nathan Spry. A few ironic cheers then for the Buffalo supporters too, that they've finally got one on the board. They left it late though, late in the second quarter. But still a nice goal from young Spry. He lined her up, put it high in the air, and what breeze there was helped it.
Yeah, debuted this season and has been a handy inclusion. Has been through the juniors.
He's only a youngster, is it?
Yeah. I think he just turned 18, I think. We'll be able to have a look on here. Yeah, so he turned 18 last year.
18-year-old. Gee, I wish wouldn't it be wonderful to be 18 again, Tash?
Knowing everything you know now, though.
Oh.
Anderson just takes it. The tap.
Beautiful kick.
Lovely tap, and Brander again. So unfortunately for Kevin Maroney, who started really well on Brander, he's going for his 5th goal before half-time.
Well, they're getting the ball down quickly to him, and that's where his bulk and his strength is telling against. He'd be twice the size, for a look at things, of Maroney.
There's not enough pressure by the midfield.
With the ball coming down.
As a defender, when the ball's coming down your throat and a good kick in like that, there's not much a defender can do.
And of course, he's being left on a one-on-one. Is Kevin? He's trying his heart out, but this guy's a very good footballer, strong.
And he keeps that low and comes off the side of his boot.
Commentators curse again. Could have kicked 5 or 6 easily by now, Brander, couldn't he?
And they really have no real key strong defender that could probably go with Brander. I mean, maybe do you chuck, so Matheson takes his mark, do you chuck Bradley Stokes on there? just for body, just to try and outbody him. Probably doesn't have the height like Kevin Maroney. And a turnover, Anderson can go for goal. He does, and he's kicked it. So Jed Anderson.
He's all class, Jed Anderson. Against his old side too, of course, so he would have enjoyed that even more.
Yep, and he made sure that he grabbed his jumper in front of the interchange here of the Darwin.
Yes, I'd say he's had some ironic cheers from the Buffalo supporters, but as he said, he had nothing against the Buffaloes when he joined Southern Districts. It was just a matter of looking after his family, and hasn't he been a great player for Districts?
Yeah,
he'd be right up there in the Nichols medal voting.
I was just about to say that. Had a pretty quiet game last week. But he becomes the 6th goal kicker for the Crocodiles today.
No, very good and very fit. That thumping left foot.
So 6 goals kicked in this quarter, so we've probably got a minute.
I remember the boys at North Melbourne used to call him Thor the Thunder God, because of his long kicking.
Yeah.
And
his hardness. I mean.
Oh yeah.
If he was charging at you and you had to try and pick up the footy, you made you think twice. So Ryan with the free kick.
What's happened here?
Yeah, so it's just held him out of the contest there.
Geez, wonders not at 50 the ball kicked that far away, but anyway.
Yeah, he kicked it as the whistle sort of went, so...
So we've been going 27 minutes, Tash. Must be in the shadows of half-time, you'd think.
So you just watching the forward play here for the Crocodiles, and again... So Robinson is losing his cool here. Went for the body.
Look out, Ton. It had to be sooner or later.
So Zach Smith's got over there.
Yes, it looked pre-planned, that, didn't it, that bump?
There he's frustrated, Robinson.
The umpire says play on, that's the way to do it. That's the way to break up packs.
So the players, so Districts are actually complaining to say that where the free kick was and the player that should have had it didn't have it. So Brandon takes it, running around is Barry. Does Barry become the 7th goal kicker? No, he's missed it.
Just looking over there with the incident, things seem to have calmed down a little bit. It looked like getting completely out of hand there for a while, Tash.
Yeah, so Cotter, that was the player that was taken out by Robinson.
He's all right, is he?
Yeah, he looks a bit ginger, but he's still complaining to the umpire that he called the game on, but he didn't have his kick.
Yes, I've got an idea the game might start to get a bit more physical too now that the Buffaloes are in a bit of strife.
Yeah, I don't think they were happy with Jed Anderson's celebration of his goal.
No.
So waistcoat.
Here's a go, look at this.
Over the top, John O'Ross will kick his 3rd. So they've kicked their 12th goal.
The other thing that will happen, of course, is the floodgates will open, Tash, and we may be in for a big result here for Districts. If the Buffaloes don't focus on what's happening, it will blow out very quickly. It's already a 71-point lead after nearly 29 minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've got
so
another half of footy to go as well, Ray, which is a little bit similar to last night's scoreline.
Yeah, it's on again here, look.
Yeah, in the back line here, so...
Frustration, I think.
So Brander and Bradley Stokes just exchanging words.
Towering.
The young umpire, look, he's shorter than them all out there.
Towering over his opponents, isn't he, Big Brander? Look, he says to the umpire, it's got nothing to do with me.
He's the smallest person on the field.
Yes, I think it's going to be a physical second half. Tash, the umpire's going to have to be on their game.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep control of it, otherwise it will spiral out.
12 goals, 880 to 139. Nearly 30 minutes in the second quarter of this big game at Fred's Pass between Southern Districts and the Buffaloes.
They're still pleading their case in the back line here. That's why they haven't balled it up. The umpire's just talking to all players, just warning them as he goes back to his mark. So Johnson gets the ball away. Anderson goes in hard against Robinson. And it looks like Johnson, I think that is for the Crocodiles,
been flattened,
that stayed down.
The other thing about this is that Districts are busting all the tackles. They're running through the Buffalo tackles.
So
and
the siren sounds, we'll just keep an eye on the players here. So half-time, 12-8 to 139. Interesting first half there, Ray.
Yes, might be just as well that the half-time siren blew because there's some tempers becoming a bit frayed.
Yeah, you can just see waiting just for a few exchange of words here. So a lot of smiles and tapping each other, so hopefully
Hopefully they'll have a nice cold drink and maybe even a cold shower at half-time. Although they don't go into the rooms nowadays, they normally stay out the ground. But, yes, a very poor effort there by the Buffaloes. They've just lost their way. Southern Districts kicked 6 goals in each quarter. And 12-8, 80 to 1-3-9. They've got good players everywhere, Tash. Brander's kicked 4 goals. Jonathan Ross has kicked 2. And singles there to Jai Bolton and Jed Anderson. And 2 goals to Bo Swartz have been very good. Can you see a slight way back for the Buffaloes?
Oh, it's going to be hard. I think Nathan Stewart's doing really well in the ruck. Also Baxter Mensch, Nathan Spry with the only goal, and Kevin Moroney as well. As much as Brander's kicked the 4 goals on him, I think that he has worked very hard. He has had a good half.
All right, well, we'll take a break here from Fred Pass, and we'll be back very shortly after the half-time break.
You know Territorians go a long way for one another. So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Head on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls only option and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footy.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
for St Mary's. Player unable to take the mark, but able to keep it in his possession and puts it out the front of Jackson Calder. But got someone else running through, kicks it off the ground, just trying to pick up who that player is in the rain. And a good goal there to St Mary's. Good defensive work there by the Crocs, and they're going to kick it away through Zach Smith. Great pressure by Xavier Vallejo. Dylan Lant comes out with it, puts it on the boot, and he's kicked the second goal for St Mary's tonight. Some fantastic play there by the Saints. To ground there. It's very wet, Michael Bowden now. But cut off by Nate Paredes, and he runs in. He gets tackled as he kicks on goal. Oh, and in the goal square, I think that's been paid a goal to St Mary's through Sam Glover. He went to mark it, but brought the ball to ground and just kicked it off the ground in the goal square. Southern Districts with the hands now. Ryan kicking it inside 50, and there's only one player in there for them, and it's a great mark to Brander. He kicks it goal. There's no one in the goal square, and Southern Districts have kicked their first goal of the game at the 2-minute mark of the second quarter through Jared Brander time. Jackson Calder now plays on quickly. He's got Dylan Lant all on his own, 45 metres out directly in front of goal. St Mary's with the lead. Runs in and kicks on the left. It's a good looking kick, but there's a big pack of players around the goal umpire there. And it's a goal. Dylan Lant with a goal for St Mary's, his second of the game. St Mary's now with the fast break. Seth Harris through the middle. There's no one in the 50. Kicks it over the top of, I think it's Sam Glover there, running onto the ball. He manages to pick it up, spins around. He's got Jackson Calder all on his own and hits him on the chest. It's one already. On the right. And that is another goal for Jackson Calder. So he picks it up, traps that ball. He's running backwards, but he's got good support there in Bo Schwartz. They handball it out wide. It looks like Michael Bowden out there. He's come down from defence. He's had a shot on goal, and it's punched across the line by St Mary's, but I think it's beaten the player across the line, and it's a goal for Southern Districts. Someone's given away a free kick. It's going backwards to no, it's gone to Ross of Southern Districts. He runs around the mark, inside 50, just puts it on the boot. Gone for goal. And he's kicked it. So 2 goals in a row to Southern Districts, and all of a sudden that margin gets a hell of a lot closer, Nick. Back inside 50. Got players running onto it. Little set of handball there and a kick. And finally, Brander takes a mark about 40 metres out directly in front of goal. Brander runs in, has a shot on goal, and that one has gone through for his second of the night and Croc's 4th goal of the evening. He's back to Vallejo. There's the siren, and St Mary's have hung on to win against Southern Districts despite not kicking a goal in the final quarter, Nick.
Yep, St Mary's 6-7-43 defeated Southern Districts 4-10-34, so 9 points in it in the end.
Mark there. Got a player all on his own at the top of the 50. He's going to take a bounce and run in. Looks like Carlson Cantilla. Big kick. No one in the goal square. Cantilla has kicked the 3rd goal for the Tiwi Bombers in the opening 15 minutes. Tiwi's defence has been fantastic in this first quarter. They're not allowing Palmerston much room at all. Now Palmerston with the inside 50. There's no one in the goal square. And that kick is a goal. So Palmerston finally with a goal at 17.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Again, gets the ball but gets taken to ground. Picks up again by Palmerston. Has a shot on goal. And they've kicked another one, Palmerston. And that was Bromher for the Palmerston Magpies, Alberto Bromher. So Thompson managed to turn it over, bounces over the top of Edmonds. Grigg now gives it back to Edmonds. Kicks it to the goal square, goes over the top of everyone, and that's a goal. And the Magpies hit the lead for the first time all day. There's 4 or 5 players down on the ground, but now Tipperman to Mary gets his kick away, goes over the top of everyone and through for a goal for the Tiwi Bombers. So the Bombers are back in front, and don't they love that one, and a great celebration just off screen. Trying to step around now, the Tiwi Bombers. Big handball though. Oh, great running there. Great running by Tipperman to Mary, and he's kicked one of the most exciting goals you'll ever see, and he's running to the ground, straight to the grandstand to celebrate without it, and the umpire has called it. He says play on, gets a handball off to Henry Karanua. Karanua on the left, goes over the top of everyone, and another goal for the Tiwi Bombers, this time Henry Karanua. Possession, but chopped off once again by Tiwi. Little chip kick over the top, looking for Henry Karanua. He's got the ball, he's got time, just settles, puts it on the left and puts it through for a goal for the Tiwi Bombers. Henry Karanua, his second goal. It's like Purantada Mary done. Little kick over the top, finds a teammate, and it's another goal for the Tiwi Bombers.
Welcome back here to Norbuilt Oval out at Fred's Pass, where we're seeing a bit of a one-way traffic between Southern Districts, the home side, and the Darwin Buffaloes. 12,880 to 139. My fellow commentator Natasha Medbury, it's been a disappointing performance by the Buffaloes, who had to win this game to keep their finals hopes alive.
Yeah, they did, and they obviously knew that they had to. So they've got some big inclusions this week, Mitch Robinson and Reece Matheson, but haven't had that much of an impact in the last 5 minutes of that game. Probably ill-disciplined by the Buffaloes, and actually during half-time, David Barnard, the assistant coach that's listed here for the Southern Districts Crocs, come over to where the umpires are sitting here and said that they needed to do something about the way that the last 5 minutes of that game went, which is, we both agreed that the umpire just needs to call what they see, just to make sure that the animosity that's sort of happening and brewing out there doesn't go any further.
No, you're right. I spoke to their team manager, Latham Waterbury, who walked past me here, and he said the same thing. He said, really, it's the umpires who have to control the game. So hopefully they'll keep an eye on what's going on. But the Darwin Buffaloes, Tash, they just can't get their game going. They can't get out of the middle, and when they go forward, they're just blasting away. Yeah, their lonely goal was kicked by young Nathan Spry, and that was kicked very late in the second quarter. They didn't score their first point until the 13-minute mark of the first quarter as well. So the goal kickers for Southern District, 3 to John O'Ross. 4 to Brander, 3 to John O'Ross, 2 to Bo Schwartz, Ryan, Anderson and Bolton all have individuals. So 5 goals, 3-33 the Crocs were after the first quarter. So 5 goals in the first quarter and then 7 in that second quarter. 7 goals to 1, yeah. So Districts look like they're in finals mode, which is good because they were disappointing themselves last week against St Mary's. Yep. Shannon Rusk will be very, very impressed by the way they've gone about it. And I'm very, very impressed the way that he's used Matthew Dennis and White Ryan today. So just what changes they could make some key matchups they could, potentially change. And we sort of looked at, they don't really have a really big, massive key defender to play on Big Brander. Kevin Moroney is doing a good job down there, even though he has kicked those goals. I guess. Yeah, but they have been a bit undermanned in that position for a long time, the Buffaloes. They have got goers, as you said, like Kevin Moroney, who's been fantastic. He's kicked 4 on him, but by gee, without him down there, that'd be about 25 goals probably. Yeah, he's definitely saved 4 or 5 goals there, and the rain's only come down a couple of times, just lightly. So hopefully it holds up for the second quarter. Just looking to see if they have made any changes to any matchups. Wyatt against Stewart in the ruck. So good contest there by Stewart. One forward. Robinson was held on to by Cockatoo. Matheson gets it. Jared Stokes with the clearance. Kicks it into Stafford just over his head, but there's young Nathan Spry takes the mark and points to the goals straight away.
that's the way the Buffaloes need to play the rest of his half. That was beautiful ball movement out of the midfield.
And some emotion coming from the coach's box for the first time there too. If they can get a goal early in this quarter, you never know, it might start a run.
Nathan Spry already kicked their only goal so far in this game. Bit of a swirly breeze. Comes in, and this one's going across the face and doesn't register anything. So, free kick going to Mazzini. Mazzini just with the chip to Big Ryan. Ryan's got Anderson, ignores that.
Oh, it's a terrific mark. He copped one for his troubles though, didn't he? Young Mackenzie Slee.
So Slee looks inboard for the switch but goes down the line. He's got big Matty Dennis, so you would good contest there by Chris Williams. Ex-teammates, of course, at the Palmerston Magpies.
Yes, he was 2 or 3 seasons there, Chris, but he was injury riddled, wasn't he, in his time with the Magpies?
Yeah, unfortunately for him and the Maggies, but back and playing some consistent footy and injury-free footy as well at Buffaloes. So it looks like there's Stewart, but Dennis front position. There's Cockatoo in there against Stokes with the free kick going the way to Matty Dennis. So Dennis can chip it over the top here. So Staunton broke for him, but good hands when everyone dives on top of him. There's Eldridge as well. So dragged up there, the captain, Dean Staunton. I'll tell you what, they were on there too. That could have hit him on the chest.
Yeah.
Rocky Hill attempts the hand pass to Shadford.
Gee, you're right, Tash. Every time I see a player jump the fence in pursuit of the football, you just hold your breath, because if they do an ankle or something like that, jumping fences, you know, there will be all sorts to play. So,
Just to keep the flow of the footy, there probably needs to be footballs stationed around.
yeah, that's right.
The ground at various parks.
Otherwise, we are going to get an injury eventually. And of course, the umpires have been told that they can't jump the fence.
In case they get injured.
They're not allowed to, in case they get injured. Yeah. So, you know, it's probably the same with the players.
Eldridge takes that one over. So we better start here to the Buffaloes. They would have liked to have got that goal that Sprizey missed. So bound to throw in. Centre wing far side. Everyone huddled under the shelter there out of the rain in case it comes here at Norbuilt. So kept in here by the Buffaloes. Robinson kicks it long. Getting a fist in there. Good work, Sleep, I think that was, Sleep.
Yeah.
Haven't called Joey Collinson yet today.
Not much happening out there now. What is looming though, Tash, you just touched on those storm clouds, but we haven't really seen anything yet.
No.
So we've got about another hour that we want the gods of heaven to keep those bottles away, and then they can open them to their, you know, to their enjoyment. We don't really want a downpour.
So Robinson goes to ground, gets the handball out, but picked up by Crocs. Coco Nicky tracking this footy. Could pick it up the first go, did on the second. Drives it forward. Paul got hands to it, couldn't take the mark. Stafford's there, but look at the numbers here for the Crocodiles. Fijo out here by himself. It sits up beautifully for him. Then he's got Matty Dennis out wide, can catch this footy and keep running. He does, turns, looks for Big Brander. It's going to land in front of him. Used his body, got to the back. Jono Ross pushed in the side, and then Bradley Stokes has dived on top of him. That is a free kick. That is close.
No, I don't think it's a free kick. They're going to bounce.
You heard the crowd as well. So over the boundary line. So Nathan Spry, there's a bit of concern here at the back for him. It looks like he's split the webbing in his finger. They're trying to clean it up, but he's just with his mum, and it looks like he's going to have to probably go to the hospital, I reckon.
They're looking for some tape, but I don't know if that's going to be the answer.
Yeah, so he's split the webbing as the Crocodiles come away with it, put in front, and a good mark taken by Haj Stanley out there. Stanley, so kick in. Tracking it was Dennis. Oh, picked up. And easy, as you like, goal there to the Crocodiles. Ran into an open goal square. And I think that is that Stanley? No, that's Brendan Rusker. So Rusker with his speed, he's kicked his first goal and becomes the 7th goal scorer for the Crocodiles.
First goal of the third quarter too to Brandon Rusker. So they extend their lead now, Tash, out to 77 points.
Really, really impressed with his game today.
13-8-86 to 139. Yes, he's been very good, Shannon.
Shannon's nephew.
Shannon's nephew.
Yeah, Robbie Rusker's son.
So there we go, 77 points. It's a long way back.
Yeah, no, they're taping young Nathan Spry. He's taped up to go to the hospital, I assume, not to come back onto the ground, so they're down a rotation there. Jared Stokes dispossessed. Well done there by Bowden. Goes in again. Oh, sorry, that was booking. So booking, ball up. Atkinson's in there against Ryan. Anderson on the move. Oh, straight down to waistcoat. And holding the footy, so the incorrect disposal. Matheson goes long. One-on-one, Robinson's there. Good work by Zach Smith. Got a fist in there. Paul picks it up here for the Buffalo. Spins around. Has a shot on goal. Does have enough on it. Oh! And Tommy Clark, I think he's managed to kick that. Oh, he said it's touched. Oh, he ran into the post as well. Lucky there's padding there.
I think it was the right call. I think he actually kicked it into the post at the same time he hit it himself. So the good call there, I thought, by the goal umpire.
So Stanley straight down the throat of Baxter Mensch. Mensch goes into Matheson.
He's been one of the good players too, this guy Matheson.
Yeah, Matheson had a lot more kicks since quarter time. A lot of hand passes during the first quarter. Mazzini went in, couldn't take the mark. Good tackle there by Clark. Dumped in the back, I thought. The umpire said no. And a ball up and a good opportunity here for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Tommy Clark still remonstrating with the goal umpire. He reckons he kicked that, so...
Oh, tried to kick it in mid-air there was Collinson. And over for another behind. So 1-4-10 plays 13-8-86. Gone 8 minutes.
In the third quarter of this round 13 place at Norbuilt Oval.
Burgess kick out.
There he is, Matty Dennis setting things up again.
Good hands there by Stanley. They go long. John O'Ross out there, bounces over his head. Shadford gets 2 to beat, and now it goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. So there's a fight and back play again. As they pick himself up, so the big ruckman was in there.
Yes, Big Ryan, I think, had a bit of a discussion with his Buffalo opponents.
Umpire throws it in. Stuck there by Anderson, couldn't get boot to ball. Still in possession here, the Crocodiles. Find a teammate there in Dylan Barry. See Anderson pick himself up slowly there. Puts it in one-on-one. This time Kevin Moroney gets a fist to it. Well done, Kevin Moroney. Got around big Brander at that time and managed to get the ball out of bounds.
Yes, he's worked hard, Kevin, as we've said many times during the game. The problem, of course, is that the ball keeps coming down, Tash, from the middle. It's they've dominated it around the middle all day, the Crocodiles. And this guy with number 21 on his back means they're getting a constant supply, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And again, against Atkinson, just taps it down. Nicky Yarran was there at the feet of Dennis. Brander couldn't pick it up. Still kept in here. Moroney gets it off to a teammate. Shadford comes running out of defence. Poor kick. Made his teammate have to work. Was taken without the footy, and the umpire saw that. So free kick going to the Crocs. And that's Burgess. Teammate out there pleading for the footy, but he puts it into the hot spot. Couldn't take it on the second grab there, Brander. At his feet, sliding in. Shadford again, lays the tackle. He's dragged it in, needs to bring it out. It does now. Good work and good umpiring to let the play go, but he's found
Something's
a
happened
free kick,
behind the play.
and I
Yep.
reckon it's going to the Crocodiles, and it is. So another opportunity here for the Crocodiles to kick. It's Taj Stanley to kick their 14th goal.
He hadn't kicked one yet, has he, Taj? So he'll be hoping to join the convoy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goal kickers already, yeah.
Yep, they are definitely down a rotation. Nathan Spry's family's ready to take him off to hospital. Hope it's...
Still some pushing and shoving going on down there too between the Buffalo defence and the forwards.
And he's kicked it, so he becomes the 8th goal kicker for the Crocodiles, and it is the 2nd of this quarter for Southern District's Crocs. So just kicking away with it a little bit too easy here.
Yes, they've gone out to an 82-point lead. The other thing about this win too is they'll be boosting their percentage, which they'll need to do, because they were a game behind those top 3 sides. I'm talking about Waratahs and Nightcliff, who won yesterday. Smearers, of course, had a bye, but...
yeah, percentage does play a part, doesn't it? Especially when you're looking for the double chance. So
in fact, Nightcliff with the win over Palmerston boosted their percentage last night by 32 points, would you believe?
Yeah, they're 1% above Waratahs at the moment. Nightcliff.
Yeah, they come again, the Crocodiles, Tash.
And then move the ball forward, the umpire again pushing the back. So free kick to, is it going to John O'Ross?
No, I think it's back on play a bit.
So it's coming back to Bo Schwartz.
Been very good again, Bo, too. He's looking for the big fellow Brander, but he's gone too short this time.
Yeah, he ignored the lead of Brander there, would look for Matty Dennis, but it fell short. Ryan's parked underneath this. He takes it on the chest.
Gee, he's had a good game too, the big fellow.
Yeah, they've definitely got... And here comes the rain.
Just goes to show, Tash, these experts that say the big fellows can't play in the rain, there's an old saying, big fellows never get any smaller.
No, they don't.
During a game of football.
If the ball's up in the end, you can take probably a chest mark. It's always going to be a lot easier in these conditions, of course.
Or you bring it down to a small break.
Yep.
Yes, they're very handy if they can play wet weather football. It's belting down now.
So Dennis tapped it down, then got his own kick. Didn't go 15, so Bradley Stokes was asked to play on a shot on goal and a behind. I think that was by Matty Dennis as well. So looking to become the 9th goal scorer.
He's had a day out, hasn't he, Matty?
Yeah, he's got to have the... I know Brander's kicked 4 goals so far, but Matty Dennis would probably have my 3 votes at the moment.
Oh, yeah, it's been terrific.
They go out wide. Mark dropped out there by Grant. Picked up by Ruska. Ruska gets it back now, but Coco Nicky's there. Umpire's going to ball it up. So, Buffaloes are throwing everything at them, but it's just not working for them today.
That rain looks like it's blowing right in the face of the players too, and that wind's certainly expediting the rainfall.
Yeah, we're happy it's not blowing right now, facing Craig, where we're commentating.
We'd be ducking for cover.
Yeah, we'd be in a bit of trouble. The Shanahan passes here for the Crocs. Potter couldn't pick it up. He's absolutely crunched in the second quarter by Robinson. Oh, there's Cockatoo. Uses his strength, gets it to Ryan. Ryan looking for Brander. Brander in front. Well done, Maroney again. Waistcoat was at his feet, but couldn't take it. Brander gets it back to Waistcoat. A quick kick forward. He's getting there. Picked up here by Nicky Yarran. Helping out his defence, and he kicks it out of bounds on the full. So a free kick to Stanley Waistcoat. As you can see him jump the fence there. He was quick to jump that fence because he's going to get the free kick. So
Stanley Waistcoat from Spitfires in the Barclay League. Nat, so it's good to see those boys from the red centre.
Kicks it inboard to Bolton. Bolton puts it to the hotspot. Hit away from Bowden. Picked up by Cotter. Cotter handballs to space. Fijo picks it up now. Has a shot on goal, and he's just missed it. The crowd was celebrating there, but
yes,
it's through for a minor score.
I thought it was a goal from here too. It looked beautiful.
The Buffaloes try to play on quickly. Handball out to Maroney. Maroney goes long and punched away from Collinson. So boundary throw in just forward to centre wing on the far side of the ground here for the Buffaloes.
Yes, they just can't get anything going, the Buffaloes, can they? They've tried, but up against a very good district side and very focused district side this afternoon too. 14 goals 10 to 1 goal 4. Remembering this is AFL&T's coverage of the 23-24 NTFL season. We're watching Southern Districts and the Darwin Buffaloes at Norbuilt Oval in Darwin.
Kick forward here by Districts. Dylan Barry too strong, just shrugged off that tackle. Brander with the forwards running past. This is what you want from the big man. Kicked off the ground by Swartz, and he's kicked it. A soccer-style kick, and he's kicked his third of the game. Oh, brilliant. These conditions. He actually had time to pick up that footy, but went with the soccer skills.
Well, if I were Bo, I'd keep my boots on because there's a big game over in England tonight between Manchester United and Burnley. I'm sure that they would welcome him with both arms after a goal like that.
Dylan Barry looked to come off there, but they told him to stay on now. It was his setup at the just further up the ground to shake that tackle and get the kick forward. Big Brander didn't even go for the mark. He's seen the two crummers in front and hit it down. And
you can see, Tash, that it is belting down here in Darwin town, at least in the rural area, which is about 35 k's south of Darwin.
Yep.
And so these guys are having an early shower. All the players and umpires I'm talking about.
Ryan, both ruck miss it. And the umpires found a free kick this way, this time going the way of Stewart. No. And it is 50, didn't give it back on the full. So Poole.
Yes, he didn't give it back on the full, it just slipped out of his hands. But anyway, that's the rule or not.
Yeah, it's a bit of bad luck there. So Michael Bowden will stand the mark.
This will be a very hard-fought goal for the Buffaloes. He'll kick from about 40 metres, won't he?
I reckon this is Phoenix Joe Poole, and just going through a bit of distance, he's missed to the left. So another minor score, 1-5-11, plays 100. Hit the 100 mark. Zach Smith with the kick out. Taken uncontested here. Here's Jared Stokes, can he kick captain goal? And he does. The goal umpire does not move, and Jared Stokes kicks his first and the second for the Darwin Buffaloes here at Norbuilt Oval in round 13.
Yeah, it's a well-taken goal there by Jared Stokes. Last season's Engineers Player of the Year. Very efficient footballer, Jared. He's been a bit quiet today, though, mainly because he hasn't got enough of the ball. He can't get it. It's been in the hands of the red and white and black jumpers all day, but certainly a very efficient finish then. And their second goal, Tash, 18 minutes into the third quarter.
And with Matheson and Robinson being here, he hasn't played as much time in the midfield, been playing a lot more up forward.
Yeah.
A noted goal-kicking midfielder, though. Loves kicking him on the run rather than a set shot.
He loves kicking a goal, does Jared. Been the Buffalo captain for a few seasons now, too.
Yeah, very good leadership under Jared as well. Taking the ground. Anderson gets the kick away. So Cockatoo just too strong. They just cannot tackle him.
Oh.
Gets the ball away every time. There's Swartz. Was tunnelled. The umpire is going to call this. There's an advantage played to Barry.
Who got him? Number 21, I think, with a hip and shoulder. He's in a bit of a bad way too, Bo.
Yeah, Matty Dennis is calling for the trainer.
He's either got him in the ribs or...
Jai Bolton as well. No, he was in the air, and he actually hit him while he was in the air, so he's tunnelled. And
he's getting up, though. That's a good sign.
I think. So Bo Swartz.
Pretty tough lad, young Bo.
And the players are... Where's the ball? Oh, so advantage was paid? Yes, it was. So Dylan Barry has kicked the goal.
That's his first, and that's number 9, isn't it, as far as goal kicking goes?
Yes, he does become the 9th. So Dylan Barry, the advantage was paid, and he's slotted his first goal. The 16th for the Crocodiles.
And an 89-point lead to the Crocodiles as they surge towards another finals campaign under coach Shannon Roscoe.
Look at the meeting here by the Crocodiles players. Just all got around Ryan there. So Cockatoo, Anderson.
So there's something about to happen?
And Bolton. Yeah,
probably someone will run past him for the palm, I'd say.
So now we're waiting for... So Swartz is... They are taking Swartz off. So a bit ginger coming off now. That's what the hold-up is. As the
probably got sore ribs, I'd say, after being collected in mid-air. Looks okay, though. He's walking okay.
That and he landed. I think he might be coming off for just to test the concussion. Well, he actually landed on his head and his neck very awkwardly.
That can be dangerous.
So
concussion rules.
Brooking comes in to replace Bo Schwartz. That's had an absolutely brilliant game. Kicked 3 goals so far in this game, Bo Schwartz, but we might not see him return. Anderson hit pretty hard off the ball there. Taken hard was Lockie Hill. Umpire says play on. Ball out in front of Matheson. Picks it up now, then kicks it in. Tommy Clark in a good position, but coming over the top was Stafford. Stafford couldn't take the mark, taps it to a teammate, and Nicky Yarron. Nicky Yarron just puts it out in front of Tommy Clark. Well done. Good vision there by Nicky Yarron. And Tommy Clark is a noted goal kicker. So he's going to have to kick this from about 45 on a 45-degree angle.
Well,
and passes it off to Robinson. Robinson comes in, drives it low, and has hooked it.
Didn't get all of it, I don't think. Mitch, he went for the big long one, but I think he got it on the instep rather than in the middle of the boot, and it went away to the left.
Yeah, Claudia to Bolton. We've gone into red time, so 21.5 minutes in the third quarter. We've had 4 goals kicked, 5 goals kicked in this quarter. So probably another two minutes left. Short kick, but straight through Claudia's hands. Manages to keep it in. Clark went for the body. Handball over the top to Cockatoo. You watch him shake there. See Dart. Oh, sorry, to Anderson. Anderson now to Cockatoo. Got a tug of the jumper there by Lockie Hill, but over the boundary line. Just too strong. They just can't tackle Anderson and Cockatoo. Matty Dennis, if we had Matty Dennis as the 3 votes today, who would you have so far sitting at 2? Would it be Anderson or Cockatoo?
Anderson or Cockatoo, yeah. I was just going to say, there's 150 AFL games here between those two.
Anderson met pretty hard there by Bradley Stokes. Nice half smother. Bowden picks it up. Couldn't get a kick away. Picked up by James. Antonio James just kicks it to space. It's a foot race between Zach Smith and Robinson. Zach Smith gets there first, but he went to pick it up. And which way is that going to go? And he turned into Robinson, so it was high, but is that not diving at the feet, but
well, more of an accidental head high. That Mitch Robinson, hands on hips, he can't believe it.
Yeah, we didn't look like he was facing this way, so a bit unlucky there, Robinson. Poor kick. James is sitting there in the corridor, couldn't pick it up. There's the clean grabs that we were talking about in these conditions.
One-touch football required. But the ball now, Tash, would probably resemble one of those greasy pigs that we used to chase as kids in those fundraisers at the Lions picnics.
Yeah, that's it. We'd weigh a ton as well, but Cockatoo with a booming kick. So Dylan Barry, last goal kicker for the Crocs, gets there. Brander in front. Good work by Maroney again, but Brander gets the footy back.
Well done,
Wheels
big
around,
fella.
Kicks it in towards the corridor. Bradley Stokes is there, picks up the footy, then gives it off to a teammate that clears it. I think that was Grant, and waiting underneath it here. Crocs everywhere. Bird just kicks it forward, looking for Big Dennis. Williams has a player out wide, and Matheson all by himself. Moves it forward, looking for Baxter Mensch. It's close to the boundary line. Can he keep it in?
Been quiet, Mensch, hasn't he? You haven't seen a lot of him.
Yeah, in the second half. That's a good tackle. The umpire says no, it went over the boundary line at first, so a boundary throw in.
And guess who punched that ball away from big Matty Dennis in the back line? Mr. Maroney. Very, very good player. He's played his heart out all match.
Yeah, you know, I reckon I'd give him the best player for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Yeah.
Yep. And a lot of people would look and go, but Brander's kicked 4 goals so far. How can he? But he's stopped so many other avenues today.
About eight or nine, I'd say, he's saved.
So there's Big Brian. Baxter Mensch. Kicks it towards Clark. Here's Stafford. Stafford from the corridor, keeps it low, and he's kicked his first goal, and the Buffaloes have their third. So they've kicked 2 in this quarter, the Darwin Buffaloes, and 4 to the Crocodiles. So Stafford finally in a bit of space and kicked the goal.
Back to 82 points. A nicely worked goal, that too. And Big Stafford, when he saw the major opening, he wasn't going to miss. And he steered that one through for their third, but a long way back, as we said, 16-10 to 3-6. Been going just over 25 minutes in the last quarter of this round 13 game.
Yeah, won't be long left in this quarter.
Looks like it's going to be Matty Dennis in the ruck up against Atkinson, is it?
Yep.
Atkinson, haven't seen a lot of him in the ruck. It's mainly been Stewart, isn't it?
Yeah, he's the big ruckman's down in the back line. He's been playing a lot down back this afternoon. So Dennis into the tap. There's Waistcoat, just kicks it to his own advantage. Getting up at the footy there was Barry. Gets it off to Cockatoo. Cockatoo off the side of his boot. Backing back there was Big Ryan. Jono Ross was taking a little bit high. The umpire said no. So fighting for the footy out there is Fijo. Looks like it's wrapped up. Umpire's letting it go a while. No, going to ball it up. So players get themselves up. Was Lockie Hill and Fijo. Anderson once again to Brooking. Brooking passes it to a teammate running pass. Big Brander out there, couldn't pick it up. Picked up by Jono Ross, and he's kicked his fourth. So Jono Ross has kicked his 4th goal of the game, and Districts have their 17th.
And he did exactly what a crumbing forward has to do, or is meant to do. As soon as the ball hit the ground, he was there to grab it and run to an open goal. The perfect crumbing goal by Jonathan Ross as we creep towards three-quarter time. In fact, Tash, I reckon the timekeepers have their fingers on the button.
Yeah, I agree with you. So
What did we are? 112 to 24 as Mitch Robinson comes off for a rest.
Yeah, looks absolutely buggered. So does Cockatoo. He's gone off for a rest as well. Bolton's come on to replace Cockatoo. Straight back into the midfield.
4 goals each now to Jonathan Ross and Jared Brander.
Yeah, not bad for your big target and your small forward.
And you're crumbing for you.
8 goals between them so far. We've still got a quarter left as well.
Of course, Ross is a bit more in the crumbing forward, but he's very good when the ball hits the ground.
Atkins with the clearing kick underneath at Stafford. Jumped early to try and protect the ball drop. Collinson gets it back out to Stafford. Moves around. The siren beat everyone to it, Gray.
Yes, there it is. It's three-quarter time here at Norbuilt Oval. District's running away with this game. 17-10, 112 to the Buffaloes 3-6-24. So the result is confirmed. We want to get the margin that are left in the last quarter. We'll be back very soon after a short break.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the MC Guernsey, get in their face.
Here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it was a little bit different. But you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
So welcome back here. We're here for the round 13 clash between Southern Districts and the Darwin Buffaloes as Districts break from their three-quarter time huddle, Tash. They're well in command of this particular game.
Yeah, well in control, and I mean, both teams really they needed to win this game. Buffaloes to stay in finals contention, so you know that probably gets away from them. But for Districts, they want to make sure they don't get any injuries. Bo Swartz come off what looked like a head knock, just seeing if he will return. I don't think that he would. And Nathan Spry as well split the webbing of his finger early in that third quarter.
So we have got injuries on both sides. And the difference in this game, 88 points. So you think Districts would want to go on with it and build some percentage as they race for that top 3 spot. Because remember, you've got the double chance there that's very important at finals time.
And this season, the most season so far that Michael Bowden has played a lot in the forward.
He has,
Crocodile's always been known for his as a backman, half backman, and a good one at that as well. And some ripper seasons for the Crocodiles. Just seen him a lot in forward, and he's taken his place at centre half forward. Umpire tosses it up, Dennis. Oh, crunching tackle by Cockatoo. Baxter Mentrell need to check his ribs after that one. The umpire says holding. So Jared Stokes goes down the corridor, just pops it up looking for Clark. Coming from behind, there's Paul, puts the pressure on the Crocodiles' defence down there. Oh, nice, clever tap. Knew not to take possession of the footy, just tapped it to a teammate. Running, oh, crunch there was Cockatoo that time, dispossessed. The umpire said he got hands to it. And Matty Dennis, and the free kick going to Cockatoo, held on too long too.
Gee, you're right with Cockatoo, he's very hard to tackle.
Yeah, it'd be like hitting a
brick wall.
And if he tackles you like he did Mench there, like a freight train hitting you, really broke him in half. Sorry, out of bounds on the full there.
Those 49 games he played in the AFL, he certainly learned a lot, even though he was injury prone with bad knees and hamstrings. But he's got all the skills and all the strength required to play at the elite level.
Yeah, very high draft pick he was for
He
Geelong.
was number top 10, I think, wasn't
Yep, he was top 10, yep. And just, wasn't able to stay injury-free, unfortunately. So Mench goes out to Matheson. Matheson being in the better players for the Buffaloes. Tried to give it back to
Guess
back
who?
to Mensch.
Guess who? Yep.
Maddie Dennis. The VOG.
Good smother.
Oh, good smother there. Good work by Mensch, I think that is out there. Good tackle from behind by Collinson. But Ryan gets his kick away. There's Bowden. Bowden shaped to give the handball to the left, then come back in to the right. Dylan Barry loves these sorts of goals and goes across the face and just sneaks it in for a behind.
Just a bit
Probably
of
not the team thing there by Dylan Barry.
Bit of a slice away to the left, yeah. Gee, the other big fellow I mentioned before, Big Ryan, he's done very well too for districts on what you think would be a day unsuited to him, but he certainly found plenty of the football.
Oh, their big fellas have done really well today. That one goes over the head of Williams. Williams with a big, strong tackle, but held on too long. He didn't have the footy. And the free kick going the way of Burgess. So he just drove into that tackle. But Burgess didn't have the footy.
17-11 to 3-6.
So Dylan Barry with the
Favourite
lead.
Southern Districts.
And now it's 50, so Chrissy Smith has obviously... Chrissy Williams, sorry, has obviously said something.
Yeah, it's a bit of frustration, I'd say. And this guy's going to come and kick it from about 25 metres out, isn't he? In fact, the umpire's still running.
They're looking at the water runner here for the Buffaloes. I think it's gone against the water runner. The water runner said something because Chrissy Williams is not happy. And the water runner for the Darwin Buffaloes has given away that 50. And Burgess has missed it from directly in front, about 20 metres out.
So maybe a bit of karma in that. Who knows? But...
Stratford gives it off to Eldridge. Eldridge has a bounce. Runs his full measure.
Fearless Timmy Eldridge. That's a nice mark, though.
Coming across the pack there was Cotter, that is.
Very nice mark. When it flew across the front to Royce Hart style.
Yeah, so Cotter goes back. Who's that? Mazzini. Oh, Burgess. Well done to Paul. Got a fist in there. Brought it to ground. Won it back for his teams. Stafford couldn't take possession. Matheson just handballs to space. Held on to was Jared Stokes. Gets up with the footy. Back to Stafford. And Stafford had a player all by himself out wide. Back to Cement. Now usually he blazes these away. He really tries to kick the stuffing out of the footy every single time. And it seems to always come off the side of his boot.
Even in the one season with the Palmerston Magpies, he was known for his long kicking, but not always accurate.
Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely. A massive kick, good leg on him, but comes off the side of his boot quite a lot. There he is there. Picks it up.
Here's a go for Stokes.
And finds a teammate, kept running and could not kick the goal. Pushed as he kicked and he looks like he's hurt himself there. Is Stewart.
I think it's a shoulder too, is it? No, is he? Looks like he's okay.
So he's holding the ribs there. So he caught one in the ribs. Another behind, 26 plays 114.
29 shots to 11. Tash, that tells the story of the game, doesn't it?
And it's getting pretty dark here too. They'll want this game to be over quite soon because there's no lights here, of course.
6 o'clock, yep.
They're using the red footy still.
Yeah, that's a good point too. The red footy's going to be hard to spot if it starts belting down rain.
Yeah, right. In rainy conditions, always like the yellow footies, to be honest.
Yes, a bit of a unusual decision by the officials, wasn't it, to play with the red ball?
Yeah, especially with the time out here and not having lights.
It gets dark very quick.
Especially today with the clouds. So kicked out by Anderson. Clever. Could see his players out wide. Fijo handballs over the top of his head. Again, they can't tackle Cockatoo.
Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't he?
Kick away. Waistcoat's there. Oh, just tapped it over Waistcoat. Knew they had the speed. Then kicks it into Brander. Oh, well done, Kevin Maroney, but Brander kept his feet. Tackled front on by Bradley Stokes. And the free kick to Stokes and cramp to Paul Maroney. You can see just behind there.
Yes, Big Brander tried to fend Bradley Stokes off, but a bit of rugby league experience there from Bradley.
Yeah, too strong there, Bradley Stokes. Tries to get it over the top. Picked up by Nicky Yarron. Had a bit of a quiet game for his standards, Nicky Yarron. And the umpires pinned him for that. Played on there by Brooke King, and here's Brander. And Chrissy Williams couldn't get over there. And poor Kevin Maroney still suffering cramp.
He can hardly walk.
And that's why Brander took the uncontested mark in the end. So he wouldn't be happy with his defensive unit there, Kevin Moroney, because he's had cramps since the last entry inside the 450, and now his man can go back and kick his 5th goal. So Brander hasn't had the kicking boots on, but this time he's got his 5th. So he's kicked 2 in the first quarter, 2 in the second, and now 1 in this last. And he's just let Bradley Stokes know as well that he just kicked a goal. You can see them. Bit of animation.
Few words being spoken here.
Brander letting Kevin Moroney know as well.
Well, Kevin, to his great credit, has got a big smile on his face. Not so much Bradley Stokes, a bit more serious, Bradley.
Yeah, Kevin Moroney's probably saying, you only got that mark, mate, because I had cramp. you haven't really taken one in the second half of the game.
Have you got the goal kicking tallies there, Tash, on the website?
18.
No, for the year, because I reckon Brander will be in front now, because of course Calder not playing this week from St Mary's.
I will check that stat for you. So
kick 5, didn't he, today, and then what did he get 2 or 3 last week, I think, in the loss.
So Cockatoo again, strong. Gets it to Yaron, advantage paid here to the Buffaloes, and intercepted there by Zach Smith. Brave coming across in front of Stafford.
Yep.
And then here they go.
Someone yelling, there's something going on behind play.
It's the Rezzies team that's looking after the scoreboard. And then Bradley Stokes has decked Dylan Barry off the ball, and these 2 Bulls will go at it a bit, just off the ball.
Yes, there's still about 20 minutes to go in this game, so plenty of time for some more action.
Yeah, Paul just kicked it down. No one to kick to, and Mazzini chops it off down there for the Crocodiles. They look to switch the play. So Bowden will get it. Nice, soft, clean hands in these conditions. Just pops it up nicely for his teammate, Cotter. Rusker caught him into that kick. Oh, gets over the back, Jono Ross. Dylan Barry couldn't take the mark. They all dive on top of Jono Ross, and it's going to be a ball up about 30 metres out from the goal here for Southern Districts.
18-12 to 3-8. Nearly 9 minutes into the last quarter. This is AFL&T's coverage of the round 13 game between Southern Districts and the Darwin Buffaloes at Norbuilt Oval in Darwin. And we're entering the last phase of this big clash with Districts well in command, Tash.
So Brooking kicks it into the corridor. Waistcoat couldn't take the mark. Brendan Rusker tracks it back. Had a really good game here today, Brendan Rusker. There's Nicky Yaron. No one just ran around the big ruckman. He knew the ruckman was on the mark and wasn't going to chase him. Gains a lot of ground. Looking for Jared Stokes. He's got 2 to beat here. Slee gets the ball away. They'll be happy to try and get a stoppage here, the Buffaloes. Jackson Clark's in there as well. And finally, there's a stoppage. Well, you asked me about the goal-kicking stats.
Goal-kicking tallies, yeah, it'd be interesting.
So on top is Jaden Magro with 51. And then it's Jackson Calder with 43 and Jared Brander with 43 as well. So they're equal second at the moment.
And that 43 includes his 5 this afternoon.
Includes a 5 today so far.
So Jaden Magro, 8 goals clear.
Yep.
In the race for the coveted Dennis Dunn medal.
Yep, so he kicked full, but he's 2 games ahead as well of Jackson Calder and Jared Brander.
You may recall Dennis Dunn, what a great full forward he was. 817 goals in 203 games for St Mary. What a footballer he was.
Yeah, definitely. So Joey Collinson with the shot on goal, but close, very tight to the boundary line out there.
Gee, he's one player we haven't seen a lot of today. Tash, was he hurt at all? Or?
No, the ball just hasn't landed his way. He's
hadn't come in his direction.
Done a lot of 1%ers you don't get a stat for, though.
No, that's right. Usually a very efficient kick, though.
Yeah, pretty good shot on goal. Also to Nightcliffe at one stage. Home back to the Buffaloes. That one goes across the face, but good body work there by Stafford. Now Stafford is good around the corner. There he goes, plays on. And...
what's he done?
Wrong side of the ball there, and it's gone across the face for a minor score.
Yeah, so they tried the around the corner kick, perfected by the great Stevie Johnson from Geelong.
Yeah, the Stevie J kick has taken over, hasn't it? Especially from those...
they've gone mad with it, haven't they, in the AFL?
Even when they're in front, when they can do a drop punt, they're doing the Stevie J.
They've gone mad with it.
come out here to the wing.
Although I must say it's normally very effective, but
it is. So Jono Ross dispossessed, pushing the back there. James worked hard at the footy, took it, handball to Clark. Clark gets it to Matheson. Matheson can hear the voice out there of Baxter Mensch. We're getting in there with Burgess for the Crocodiles. Tracking the footy is Brooking, taken a little bit high. Umpire said play on. Matheson gets it out to Mensch. Mensch this time, and again, boots the ball as hard as he can and just to the left there.
A slice again, yep. Off the outside of the boot rather than the middle of the boot.
And here comes the rain, and very, very dark out there at the moment. Jai Bolton can give it back to Rusker. Rusker started this run. Kicks it up, looking for Jono Ross, runs into it.
Almost a courageous mark, that one.
Yeah, by Grant got in there, put the body on. Dylan Barry picks it up. Clean hands in these conditions. Shakes the tackle off the side of his boot. Just trickles inside the forward 50 here for the Crocodiles. So Lockie Hill out to, tried to get it out to Yarran, I think, but here's Bowden.
And there's players everywhere there.
Ross. Jono Ross is going to become the leading goal kicker if he can kick it, and he does.
They were lining up, Tash, then.
Sorry, he's got 5 as well, so him and Brander 5 each so far in this game. And very, very dark out there, so the rain's just sort of slowed down a little bit there, as you can see on screen, so it's just wavy. The rain's coming in waves today.
The young fellow had about 4 handball options there he could have gone to, and the lucky recipient was Jonathan Ross, who kicked his 5th goal. So, yes, certainly a commanding, but 99 points in front now, Southern Districts. So, as far as percentage goes, it's certainly a boost for them in their race for the 23-24 premiership.
And one player we haven't seen come on too much in this last quarter is Robinson. So Robinson's been down on the bench.
Yeah, so he might have tweaked something.
Yeah, so I think he may have tweaked something. We know that he's playing. He signed up to play with the Queensland team this season as well.
That's right. Was it Morningside? Or?
Yeah, something like that. So James clears the ball over the top of Burgess. Picked up by Clark. Clark puts it up for Stafford. Bounces over the back. Close to the boundary line. I'm happy for Zach Smith, I think, that rolled that over.
They've opened the bottle of heaven. The big fellow upstairs said, well, I've had enough. I've held it off for as long as I can, people. I'm going to have to...
this is going to come sideways in a bit towards us, I think, Ray, as well.
I'm going to have to open the taps, yep.
14 minutes in the last quarter.
Long way to go.
26 plays 27. So nearly a 100-point lead here.
Yes, the big fellow said, I'm sorry, I can't hold this water back much longer, people.
So Matty Dennis wins the tap. Went in hard there. Umpire play on. Kicked out wide. Doesn't stay in. See Stanley waistcoat there.
But a very...
Jackson Clark said deliberate, and that he's won the free kick, Jackson Clark.
A very good afternoon, though, for Districts. They've certainly bounced back hard from that loss to St Mary's.
And Stafford, it hit his chest, couldn't plunk it. Clearing kick here by the Crocodiles. And in the back there,
well, hang on, it's on here. Look out.
Stanley waistcoat just needs to maintain his cool here against Jackson Clark, I think it was.
I think there was some words spoken at one stage too. Someone said something. That's all it took to spark a response from Stanley, the boy from the Spitfires.
So free kick going to Jackson Clark. I think that was going the way of waistcoat, but he overturned it because he retaliated there, waistcoat. And big Matty Dennis takes a mark in these conditions.
That's what I mean about playing wet weather football. Down in Victoria, it'll be a regular thing in the winter, and the ball will be a lot heavier than this, full of mud.
Keeping it in front there was Fijo. Fijo with 2 to beat. Tries to re-tackle James. James broke the tackle. Drives it back into the forward 50 here. Going back with the pack was Paul. Couldn't take the mark. Picked up there by Cotter. And over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
Gee, they're still working hard, Districts. They're 99 points in front. You think they're about 5 points in front, the way they're playing. Yes, that's one thing we don't see a lot of up here, Natasha, and that's mud.
Oh, there was plenty of it at Kazali's last night.
Yeah, well, sometimes when the grounds have got cricket pitches in the middle, but this one, of course, hasn't. Gardens Oval.
Waratahs, have the mud pits.
But apart from that, there's not a lot of mud in the territory, which is probably a blessing in disguise during the wet season.
Yeah, this oval is a really good oval. As you can see, it's been raining for the last couple of days, but there's no wet patches, no water pooling anywhere. but you can see that the oval is designed just with a bit of a hill.
Sort of slopes away, yeah.
So Crocs picked up there by Brooking. Coco Ninky gets a hand in to intercept that handball, then shovels it out to Williams. Williams kicks it forward. Good mark taken there by Paul. Hand passes to Williams, running pass. He couldn't keep possession of the footy. Matheson with a good tackle, did well not to get in his back. And the umpire said that is holding the footy. No attempt made there by the Crocodiles player. Needs to just give the ball. That was Zach Smith,
Matheson
I think it was.
plays on straight away.
And going for the long kick has just pulled it wide, and it's gone over for a boundary throw and deep in the left forward pocket.
5 goals each, Tash, to Jared Brander and Jonathan Ross. So they've got a very effective forward line. Twin towers almost, aren't they, down there?
Yeah, they are. Bo Swartz as well chipped in with 3 and hasn't come back off after the heavy
It'd be
clash.
interesting to find out how he is, whether it's, as you said, a head knock or even the back, because he was down for a while.
And Matty Dennis has caught that and then volleyball style threw it. You will not see that very often, and as soon as he did it, he knew what he did. They're all having a laugh as well because he caught the ball out of the ruck and then threw it.
He's had a bit of a grin himself, which is...
Oh, jeez. Where did I see that? That has happened in the last couple of weeks up here, but wouldn't expect it. Matty Dennis is just...
And, of course, the main beneficiary is... Big Daniel Stafford, he'll go back and
There's
kick.
Matty Dennis still laughing there. Matheson's having a laugh, so Stafford can go back and kick his second goal, kick one in the third quarter. Keeps it nice and low and kicks it. So he's got Buffalo's 4th and he's got his 2nd of the game.
The boy from South Alice Springs. That season looming on it, up on us too.
They're still all having a laugh as well, so Stafford know that he's been given a easy goal there because of a bit of a brain fade, I reckon, by Matty Dennis.
Seems to be a bit of camaraderie out there, which is good, because at half-time we were a bit concerned it was getting out of hand.
And well done to the umpires as well to keep the control on the game as well. To the players to just play footy. So Matty Dennis coming down to the forward line and Big Ryan is going in the ruck.
Very rarely you see him have a rest on the bench, isn't it? Big Matty Dennis.
Nah. With someone of his calibre, I mean, if he does need a rest, you rest him down forward. He's just too important.
Put him in front of goals,
And I still blows me away that in the AFL teams that the big fella so dominant in the ruck, they don't rest him in the forward line.
That's right. That's what they used to do for many years.
Back in the day, you only used your bench if someone was injured. Really buggered.
I've seen players kick amazing goals from the half forward line, forward pocket, then off the ground for a rest.
Yeah.
You know, just leave them on the ground once they've got...
It's all sports science these days, great, with the tracking devices in and how long they stay.
And you're right, rest the big fellows up forward.
You kick it in, Jono Ross nearly took the mark, well done by Grant. Helping him there is Bradley Stokes. Rusker gets it out, it's in the goal square, he's kicked it! Brendan Rusker, what a goal! And well deserved by him as well. He's had a great game today, kicked one in the third and now has one in this last quarter. But great goal in these conditions. I've been so impressed with his game today in these conditions.
Just going to say, he certainly earned that. It was a beautiful snap too. He didn't have much room to move, but he threw it on the boot and it carried through for a goal. So that puts a seal on probably one of his best games for Districts.
And Paul Moroney, he's still suffering cramp. He tried to track that footy back, only just missed it, touching it on the line, but he was just pushing against the fence with his cramp. No one's gone back to help him.
That's right. Looking at Brandon, he's only 23, so he's got a lot of football left in him.
Yeah, been playing such a young age for...
In fact, he's not even 23, he's 22, so yeah, you're right.
For the Crocs. Debuted as a young fella as well.
Son of the great Robbie Rusker, who we don't see around the club much anymore.
He's here today.
That's good.
Yeah, had a chat to his partner, one of my good friends, Sarah. So ball comes out. Buffaloes go forward. Rain's starting to belt down again. Had a mark taken by Taj Stanley out there. You can see the crowd braving the rain out there. True supporters out there. Not even undercover. And over the boundary line for another boundary throw in. So we've gone into red zone now. We've had 4 goals kicked in this quarter, 3 to Southern Districts, 1 to the Buffalo, so there won't be much time on in this
98
quarter.
points, and will they win by a century? They're 98 in front. Been an afternoon to remember for the Crocodiles. They've boosted everything. They've boosted their percentage and they've boosted their position. They were 5th on the ladder coming to this game, but With the win, you'd think they'd jump a couple of spots.
And Maddie Dennis tries to get to that footy. Jadford does. And probably the first time in a while that the men's and women's have both won at home.
Yeah, it's a very good result for the district women, that's for sure. Well, the Buffettes have gone a little bit backwards this season, haven't they? They lost, of course, Molly Oldhouse, their great player, to suspension, and that hasn't helped.
Yeah, she could have played this week, but she's away. I spoke to her at the NT rep training.
Oh, good. So she is in the squad.
Yeah. So she should be back next week. We play them next week. So last time we played them, they loaded up with some very good VFLW players. So, yeah.
No, a very good player is Molly. She's the reigning league best and fairest. I had to hesitate there because they used to have another name once, but now it's the league best and fairest. So, yeah, and also I think she's won a best on ground a couple of times in the rep games as well, or at least once.
Yeah, she has. So Brandon Rusker was the last goal kicker. Is going for his third. Scored off the boot, not enough legs, going to land short. Brandon got hands to it. Well done, Maroney. Here's Chrissy Williams.
He could almost have got a free kick then, Brandon. He was pulled down, but...
and Maroney and back play again, still with cramp. Staff gets
that's
there.
A nice mark to Big Staff.
Look to play on you. There was a player out wide.
He's got a cramp too, Staff. He's
to Mensch.
They're going down like 9 pins.
Oh, Jared Stokes running through the corridor. Lockie Hill kicks it to Paul. Paul can run in and kick a goal and misses to the left.
He's just kicked the point of the day. That was should have slammed that one through the middle, but
yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 players at the moment with cramp.
Yes, they're going down. You think in this nice cool weather they'd be okay?
Heavy legs. Oh,
the mud, not mud, but the heavy ground. Yeah.
Yeah, we a lot of my girls after playing the Tigers women yesterday in the wet conditions and the mud, very sore, very sore today.
Yeah, you would be, wouldn't you?
So Bowden has Fijo out wide, can catch his ball and keep running as his teammates tell him to.
He's got all the skills, this guy. Been a bit quiet.
Hasn't had to do too much though.
Didn't have to do a lot now.
So Eldridge intercepted that footy, getting held by Bolton. The umpire let it go. Anderson keeps this in and Stafford comes. Anderson gets back up, kicks it in, looking for, there's Brooking was taken a bit high.
Gee, you talk about being hard to tackle. Jed Anderson's exactly the same. He runs through a lot of tackles.
Yeah, Jed Anderson.
And the Buffalo benches finally put some histrionics.
Probably a case to answer there. Bolton had hold of Timothy Eldridge, who didn't have the free.
Yeah, it was a free kick.
It was right in front of our commentary box here, right in front of the...
No, it was definitely one the men in green missed.
The Buffaloes bench, so that's why they're a little bit vocal with that one, but Brooking probably ducked and played a little bit for that free kick, but nevertheless, he's got the shot on goal and misses it to the left.
So what are we? 20 goals, 12, 132. Plays 2013, in fact, 133 to 4:11, 35. Nearly 25 minutes gone in the last quarter.
Cockatoo used his body really well. Genuine one-on-one out there. Really took the mark. Tell you what, if I knew I was one-on-one with Cockatoo, I'd be a bit worried. And there he goes in again. Goes in hard, clears the space, but Baxter Mensch gets his kick away. Coming from behind as Paul did really well. Really impressed with the effort from young Phoenix Joe Paul today.
He's had a go, that's for sure. But getting back to Anderson, everyone doesn't realise he's a very hard man to tackle, Jed. Very tough, you know, he spins and twists and turns. And
he's very clever footy
exactly the same with Nakia Cockatoo on screen there. Number 35.
But being in the AFL systems that long, their body size as well and strength is...
Yeah, they're soon taught to...
is noticed.
To break tackles.
So they bring that to ground. Booking went without it. Jono Ross is back in there. Well done, Grant. Tried to get it handball off to a teammate, now wrapped up. The umpire's going to ball it up. No, free kick to Grant. Plays on quickly. West Coast tried to chop that off, but Jared Stokes handballs to Mensch. Mensch wheels around on his trusted left and waiting for the ball instead of attacking it. Buffalo's player out there was Matheson. And could attack the footy. Cox player come from behind there to take that mark.
He did. And he's young Bowden has worked his way into the game in this last quarter in his customary role as a defender.
Staunton the chip over. Barry plays on, wheels around on his left. Anderson in the forward line takes it on the chest against Chrissy Williams.
He's going to look for someone there. Who's he going for? Big Brandon?
Big, no, Bolton, I think that is. So Jai Bolton has floated down and takes the mark. And he can, oh no, he's already got one in the second quarter, so I thought he might have become the 10th, but he hasn't. He's already got a goal.
Yes, 9 goal kickers, so a nice even spread.
So after he kicks this, I reckon the siren will go. So this will break that 100-point barrier.
The Sandover medalist.
And he's kicked it, so he's got his second.
Jai Bolton, also
104 points the difference.
Also a regular player with a great Claremont size down there on the waffle. I think he's won the Simpson medal too, interstate clash between South Australia and Western Australia.
Well, you just look at the size. I mean, you've got Cockatoo, Anderson and Bolton all playing in the midfield. Big body, strong guys. And they're all now having a rest down in the forward line. All three of them.
So 27.5 minutes gone, Tash. You'd think the timekeeper's fingers would be on the button to end this game. 104 points in front, Districts. Very impressive performance.
And the umpire's just waiting for the full back and full forward down the far end of the ground to get into the goal square, taking their time. So Ryan Atkinson picked up by Matheson. They can't tackle him, gets the ball away. Buffaloes go forward. Big Stafford took it on the chest.
He's got it again. He's also got his cramp back.
So, yeah, he went down earlier with cramp. So should go back. I reckon the siren will go.
How far out is he? About, he'd be on 45 metres.
He's got a thumping kick.
Yeah, but with a cramp. Big, lean-looking lad, young Daniel Stafford from South Alice Springs.
Yeah, good kicking.
Down there in the red centre.
Good kicking action as well.
And there it is, it's all over. They'll either win by 104 or 110 points.
Last goal wins.
Tash, yeah, and he resets himself, Staff. He wants to kick this to get it under 100.
Comes in, looks good off the boot, the goal umpire, and he's missed to the left.
It. So they won by 103 points. 21-13, 139 to 4-13-37.
Yeah, I reckon if you were to give out votes today, Matty Dennis definitely best on ground, with Anderson and Cockatoo very close behind him.
And the Buffalo pair in Maroney and Matheson were very, very good. They worked terribly hard all day, but they were just overwhelmed by a very good district side, intent on getting themselves back into the contention for the double chance. Tash come finals time. So that's it for us from Norbuilt Oval, this round 13 clash. Southern District's convincing winners, and we'll see you all again next week for round 14.